criticized in recent times over regulation and hike in petroleum products. Meanwhile, until recently, petroleum products are said to be skyrocketing in reference in Russian-Ukraine war, which has lasted for several months with a rollover of price control. Nevertheless, the National Petroleum Authority had assured its commitment to movements of fuel price, quality assurance, and monitoring, inspection, and monitoring of petroleum service providers, among others. Tonight, we scrutinize the NPA and its impact on price regulation. Welcome, viewers here in Ghana and around the world. I am Kweku, and this is the Seed Show. We're live tonight on the Superhighway, Natu TV GH, Hawk TV GH. Of course, we're also live in UK on Sources Radio, Amansan FM, all pick the feed. And of course, we're also live in United States on Amanado Radio. We're also live on Kanewu Radio in Amsterdam. We're live on 95.5 FM in Winneba. We're also live on 90.1 FM in Asinifusu, all picking the feed tonight. Let's get started with Swami Mwadrome Simon Mawakwaba. And then the 25th day of July 2022, the year of our Lord. July is just almost vanishing in just a couple of days to go. July would be gone. Memo Adrome nim say uti ye Ghana so ejina ye. And then no ba be din komo special komo pa ye. Ifrihi, and I kind of believe this week we're going to focus all about what is going on across the length and breadth of the global world. Talk about there being fuel. Now, unim say omei say you can't petrol, diesel, gas, and the money honke kahwa. Let's just say baby every facet of the society na enwaka. I'm sure so you know this. See you can't petrol somewhere. Na baby every facet of the Ghanaian society no. Not just say asam esi wo ho dibe intia because ohwe yen economy we are. Our economy no import dependent, and of course looking at fuel and so to be a woman. So still we don't determine fuel dodwa as you use and can determine the price of fuel. Now, National Petroleum Authority said the minimum has received barrage of attacks, criticisms back and forth. DNMP and National Petroleum Authority for DNMoye petrol cost every day. Petrol cost every day. Petrol cost. Now, say the minimum. And ya Ghana hangwa every corner beer of the global world. Baby, fuel and America say ta. Now, the SIA who say, baby, a binimu mines no ubedru hono fuel no. The queue before Anzana umenya fuel. But ye hano. There are the consolation am I na science so ma enije sam bebrebe ne say even though fuel no bo no akosoro, however menkai the beginning of when fuel is set to go high, there's hike in fuel nemne ade na me hu say Ghana ye queue say ye kwakoto fuel minti bi nsi ebiri amene mo ka say, and that is ade a say ye na no ye den ye bo ye ho abaso se fuel ne boy edin o fuel ne boy nya edin o ye nko queue for fuel. America for a queue for fuel, are you aware? Britain for a queue for fuel. Even Arab here, Arab Voikrum, one of the I think I have the video somewhere. Arab Voikrum, one queue for fuel. Or one ye two fuel no, they are queuing for fuel. Why? But over here, Ghana, fuel ne bo iodine, diesel akosro, petrol akosro, gas akosro. Now so Ghana for we are not queuing for gas, we are not queuing for diesel, and we are not queuing for petrol. That's the difference. However, makanwe no, the question remain. A diebe sukrampo na ma fuel no so air kosro. What is precipitating? What are the undercurrents? Why yes anime? Can we lay the blame at the doorstep of the global markets players, industry players, and answer why all these and more tonight? You bring answers for it, answers do papa makachero. We are focusing on petroleum products this week. we a commercial driver, we a private driver, we a companies are use fuel, diesel, no money idea, edie munuma hodo. This week, Mama Mason Emran 2 TV has say, Papa, because in some bebre koswa, bebre make we kumentiasie, make we kwameti, mentiasie, and so enye. But we are fortunate enough that NPA for us we have all the answers to most of the questions coming from yourself and then consumers. Monswa mu complaining for bad fuel. Supposedly says our fuel way now and making way into the Ghanaian market. They will tell you say crap. The reason why I say adulterated fuel bet me ra on my way mu na ekogu OMCB a tank mu ye buegu kemu no no answers in answer so eba because me ti menim penifo bi di nkomo yi masutre say yeah you say adulterated fuel be are getting into the market. I just say yes saying forecast nti many team were just about going nationwide to do one of the biggest undercover investigations into most of the OMCs. You know, any fuel tank, only to be told, no, wait, man, wait, then I was asked to go on a tour. On a tour, no, you had me call a NPA for headquarters. Headquarters, when I near my mikuhu, no, and I'm a catcher and say, Adia Mobisi way, how many Ghanaians need him? Me send me nim entina na me kwaya say adwuma no so no bra na Ghana for dem di meni ko hu ye no ene me yi bi a kire National Petroleum Authority for a build a facility or more friend the control and the command center sa command center what it does and they will be hu sentia say mpenimfo ne ka kire say adulterated fuel entimi wura the Ghanaian market. Na ye moon we a cast mu easy sa reasons wo answers no ho tonight ye ni na be group no so e biom se ye ka kira wo say baby ameti fuel station wo ha say sa dan we mu na omo ka kira wo say wo metumi atena baby omo wo no na omo hu the quantity of fuel a sa fuel station by close of the night ya ton a wo metumi aka kira as possible yes e biom wo metumi aka kira say fuel na e wo yen ya ha no ye fuel center ha no wo metimi aka dodo aka e wo tank ni mu yes wo metimi so aka dodo ya den ya ton ebiom se fuel na e wo ha no so esa wo metimi a kire se fuel na sa ebiom wo metimi so a kire se yen this fuel station no price na se ye ton diesel price na se ye ton fuel no wo be hu say we are selling you can say realistic price and I say a Venezuelan yeah price bi na dey atoso no they will know all of this so fuel station bia ni ho a obetimi dey price ono atrase no waka say me ton a gallon of petrol so and so and a liter of this so no ni na systems ho a regulate sa na money now but when you don't know baby awutibia like I used to think of no obedwene say wo mo na dey prices no etototo so no systems na regulate adult just in some no a dawson now when say ye kase fuel the moment ye bebo fuel so say on my every facet of the Ghanaian economy is hit na me sure say winim enu nti na ne me no ba be disankom emu ye hu papa semu egum no enyen sam keto tonight be bie wu keke you just have to keep your dial here at Net 2 TV and then make a date with a seed show as we take a journey with the National Petroleum Authority about hiking fuel, petroleum products, adulterated and unadulterated, differences in the prices and all of that. And the reason why every day when you wake up and you go to the fuel station one, attendant to the back say watch the liter because liter no every day or almost every other week Venezuelan fuel price and a cost reasons about all of it. And Ghana all over the world. Apart from say Ukraine war, there are other fundamental factors also established beneath that extra reasons for all of this that we are seeing tonight. Very, very pretty fascinating discussion with National Petroleum Authority officials will be in the studio. The best age manina, but until say best age may Shannon to say, Kujo Awuno, he's the biggest and of course the finest engineer of our very time now. Ghana Standards Authority for a certificate to do what? To do so many things. A man of many parts. Now, tonight, soon to take over your screens to talk about DBM. We're talking about cluster of buildings at ECC. Yakoji asasi yantamnoa kesiye ewohen afie nyawo. ECC dan. Come and point a building of your choice. Wankasa wo plan opese udisi uda achi dan opese udim. Branabe point in ECC fema. What you say? Wankasa wo asasi nti afie nyawo na asasi ne yedia. Uba na obeto asasi ne ECC dan ne dia ma. Any star enye uniform. Any star be opese usi upe input up to say the Tower of Babel. You be see the amount. Shannon so say one kasa wo assassin so a kujo awon obra beje assassin no me design it very nice as I say come a plan e the amount is the amount. What you say? Inti upe cluster of buildings you see for rental we see amount upe pharmacy. Upe say one kasa mpunu dine u dine we see no. Yem build state of the art kitchen and fanshim. Come on. Kitchen beautiful. We be see na e the check friends the kitchen ashe dynamo e the amount. E biom upe boho kesiye e wufi. Boho ne guarantee na da hono esuyi mfidi ahode de be hihye fom ni na kojo awo no mbehwe ayeni na de ama boho kese pa kama in this very era ye be ni na e de amount opese ye POP amount and so and a biom ope a galvanized metallic gates both electronic and then manual udru fie ho a eno electronically na bi na wakwa akohyem wo be ni na kama e de amount kojo awo no soon takes over your screens but Shannon say all these things should be treguno. Ghana speaks tonight. My Ghana speaks ayaya and then Ghana speaks me educate. Don't mess it. Or say Kwame, Ghana speaks. Me say and then don't miss the Ghana speaks ever. And of course, Ghana speaks tonight title Ghana in the state of setback. Again setback bear. Any ebe kan well, we'll lay down all the setbacks now. Ghana in the state of setback. Ghana Speaks plus some developing story on Ghana Speaks. A more shit. Very powerful Ghana Speaks you don't have to miss. And of course, you don't have to also miss the entire program tonight. As we connect all over Ghana, we are connecting right from Western region, half a Sinin, connecting Takrade all over down to Central region, to Greater Accra. We are connecting Volta region, we are connecting Eastern region, and then back to connect Brongahafo. We are connecting Ashanti region, capital Kumasi. We are connecting Northern region, Upper East and Upper West, plus the 6 regional capitals. This is the Seed Show tonight, brought to you by these great companies. We respect them so much. Each and every time of the editions, they give us a push. I was in a sex boutique, Radler BF4, MI the push, Worldwide Management, Omwana GP, One Herbal Beverage and Tech Herbal, New Life Homeopathic Clinic, Vicdan Healthcare, Franco Trading Enterprise. Plus, your WhatsApp messages is coming on the WhatsApp line 0240 550 8999 0240 550 899. All about hikes in fuel. Fuel hon sem edi enkomo na wo ho adwenkyere wo ho no eye de ben. Plus the Ghana Speaks a better form enche Ninano or the WhatsApp na ebefa 0240550899. I am Kweku Anan, your investigative journalist, the host of the Seed Show Upness, my main for Unra Ayakujo Awono Omo headquarters, to give you some ideas, some perspectives, analysis about all that you need to know on building, floor tiles, what have you, boreholes, and you may be brave. A man of many parts. Kojo Awono takes over your screens. Stick and stay, I'll be right back.
Ebusafo next menu we bin pudum mami chia osonko na eya na ye ka biogas expert engineering ho asemo a eya na obi hwa onte ase hwe busia mami chia biogas for bar eye Ghana mem ha no dwuma mu di no ese wani ense wo ka che enwuma papa ya mo ye enya asem ketoa hwe enne utum se ye fit ye ko technology bibia ye modern ti bibia na ye modernize enne ma ba chiro kitchen mi chire jade kitchen and the biogas for that woman are modernizing the pa enya sem ketua Ghana ha yawo na de tie se owura no fi amanone eno hu se edwumadi biogas for edie nie ntempa no fa numbers no ena ne edi nkita ho ene mabe show kitchen a biogas for aye eno ntina me ka che o se de bia biogas numbers na go screen na so fa no ni ndi kita ho de o hia bia e ba be ya mo mame twen be mame na ne ndi nkomo bon sampa biogas for ye ba se e boa oman Ghana for pa mame akwa
ye nia
but you say bibia bokọ
bibia fine
e da ya me ase na but you fro say
me did Christy na bido ha me ante boatma no ya ni
oh I see
yes
mame o ti biogas for nka e wo pan be so
me obi a manage netu mu pa Canada Japan program netu
okay
na before so be starting program na me share biogas
okay
omo me da ba ku be here interview
okay
na me sister be friend Joyce
okay Joyce yeah
oh in the kitchen
okay.
And I'm so wow na kitchen we Ghana no kitchen we there
and one day you say Ghana
I
see okay
and you program na the friend day and I'm afraid biogas na no mu di hu kita nti oni bi akasa nche o oso di o London na twen na oba Ghana
o frɛ na wɔ London
wa na watena dodo na ni me pa wɔ London
okay
with New Cross we sham
okay
wa na mti
nti o fa numbers na o frɛ ye no na biogas from common kita on die be na wo on die
just a very good thing about biogas. I'm so impressed on telephone
okay
o frɛ ya
obefa oh yes
we frɛ ya no fine and I'm so bra man ya na mo na tu na me hwa de na mo kitchen bi wo na me pese me ye bi na me ne den so e no bi sam na mo and I'm so London na mo na me ne kru de sare se be se betina fi
okay eba Ghana
na se kitchen we o Ghana dia oh whatever it takes and se bi ye
omoji o fel so baaye ebe hu o kitchen se de kan na o kitchen no esitie no twa nkan ni kitchen picture for yi ma me kakra next say
chese enyo no he is very hard to believe it this is wow
okay
sikapa ye dia send to her because if you dream you start here yeye okay this is about 2 years ago ye sikapa fie say omunya no at least your mind do London no ka say no ma go chire mrem
okay
na mbeto kitchen in fact now so every na say no
wa be kura bu
chese bibia koye
na preko mo nya didi o biogas form
just I was so much impressed the first day me especially at Joy's kitchen
okay
na say na kokwa nice so yeah I bet am say no this kitchen the maybe
I see
yeah
nti o ba ye no o de dwumadi ni share biogas form sa e ko sen
am manager ni buy na he's so nice and friendly the moment I pa be hu no of all say ni a o be ya dia ma
okay biogas
penino
okay
of all say ni a to no trust no din komo normal no aka e born no one more pictures
okay
it's all what no ni me status no
okay
you don't na share me from there
okay
and I say ya sata mo kana me ya kitchen no
na problem go
I see so buy a odi pictures in tell me na me am so no design kitchen was simple and nice
I see okay
yeah.
Nti size o ye ma wo so ni je ho
so check kitchen ka say dia say ya
sam perfect
say ya
die na odi abemu a ye sononko a woni age ho pa o kitchen a
just say omo started first no now the plumbing job was so bad
okay
because now there was no washing machine
okay.
No sink just say o jam kwara o ye dan na enye kama
okay
but biogas etini a try aye pumping work
okay
and then we work Ghana
okay
we washing machine
okay ti ye
washing machine ni na mo na ye ni na ma ye am make gas
okay
and you say the one Ghana nka ye ni wonti no nka wo press ya na so abrochira bagana o abrochira bagana o no design hani bia ma
na wo sha say you no unfesi challenge bia
David so far so good
okay na ceiling no so me wo say o ceiling so ye fe pa
ceiling yes na ti o
nti no so ye biogas for na
biogas
oh we
biogas
I'm saying that one year for biogas for na messing why na no na screen na so no oni amu din kita hontem se biogas for na tumi ye ceiling ye kan ye nem na ye fe say dia bomoni asa obefa na omo che wodwuma no ho
omo anche
okay
omo anche omo se kan je so na adwen ma se jani dia oh yes
oh wow
ba me so onya botrema
I see
usika na kire
okay
usika na mana ma okumentu se obeju sika dwane sika no nyaza obi di down to the no dey there
sika na very good
very good
oh okay
very good
na me say hu ade tuntum mi ba ebram da say dey speaker ya o ye ga na o bon me so e dey ade 14
so that means yeah we go chire there we dey new thing to us
oh okay
we dey new thing we know aduane am into tuning because I don't design the kitchen man who said no window you have.
Okay.
Well, what he made design says Saturday will and the tree and your family now you're doing a hammer, a hammer
sense the engineer. I was by that for the year.
We did hear maybe a woman said to another man's washes.
Okay.
And your back need the Casasa, sofa, you say, also.
What you said, the open on so one can say, catch your one. Yes, you, no, my young pepe. And you're reaching more bra. Oh, yeah. And you're reaching more. I said, no, Bobby sitting room. Okay. Hey, just I'm so happy to be in Ghana. And I'm so much impressed that you're winning people Ghana. Omutimi ya breche pepe to come up run bread. So samba. Still I'm breche. I just said, biogas I go far well if you are breche say about the time breche. I want to see ya. I didn't give you mama say ya because who said okay in kitchen on one. Say so why sitting very good. Why the sitting room sitting room one sitting room arrangement everything I you the screen so you say Nina biogas for the year when biogas say my room bathroom. Oh, I see. And you rush. And that's how this is called booming in our back. Okay. Send your person again. Maybe buy a special kitchen in Miami. Okay, that's a kitchen. Trust and believe in biogas. Oh, yeah, papa. Especially if you workers on me, you are so nice and friendly. And the boss workers in the bar, who are my workers in the field. Mr. Mayanisa, being workers in now, Upanamon Yada, and no more chance, Mom to be a yes. Oversee the system next year. Now, be I come and I didn't know a country will be or share in Sabri if I buy that form. Especially me and Mom Wabridge. Okay, my trouble over 38 years. Sure. Mom bread. Oh, we name bread power bridge. Now, Bessifie. Only have Cassius Camp and I mean, 7 years saying, but Banetta said, well, Bomobu. Okay. But with biogas. With biogas. Sabotre. Okay. Now, friend, one send picture anymore, not choosing your pay. Okay. What is the kind of bar? I'll buy you come. Biogas. The best. The best. It was said, yeah, you'll see it. Pepe. Biogas, dear, Ubin, Citrodo, and Matua. Number single screen and national. Fat, not free. Only on the town. And found baby or man, baby or walk. So, woman on it, so we're gonna have a patch up. In Empire that responded to you about the year of kitchen see Eddie amount and your kitchen on one said the winning biogas say about roofing see solar and farmer and they do so it's fraying the umbra may be in farmers and say solar dear or how be anyone day na I didn't say charge and you was so canya say canya who say canya the hope me in Duno we okay and one say okay fraying non indicator Empire, about chain, near Baba, you would Jumano, Ediamo. Biogas, energy for the future.
Shisha biogas expert engineer in a chakwan who must say, Ho, Techiman, Sunyane, and a tamale, and Kramemu Hansusu. Shisha chakwan watema community 16 Lashibi. Freya Homatro Freiso 0555 8930.
Oh yeah, dear. Why, patrol? Welcome back. Just gone past Kojo Awono, as you know. Now, and then you to me the state of the art kitchens in the Bible church. Na we share kitchen near the chair one, and they said they are building one. One casa would be so crown who send up as a way. Into wo they are a wide say, oh, be a dime kwan, yes, you know, you dime kwan. Kojo Awono is a man of many parts. Ye name be brave. It's a beer. What Sudan Navy come up. Unfortunately, kitchen in senior amount and your problem. There's nothing to worry about. Kitchen or bed building a kama. At the amount now, waiting me I aqua no way you see kitchen and say they will pay biana, say they see echo. Great up next. The movie Ghana speaks in Bashan, so say Ghana speaks in the Bebano. The air catcher on the same. Brana best support to sa acquaint you we. Abra ye donation dia koma Confanochi Teaching Hospital Cancer Treatment Center no. Ya Confanochi Teaching Hospital omo Cancer Treatment Center no ye kwaye omo mwakakra. Mwana ye de airco no donation ye de airco. Donation no ye de account no ye de donation airfame no ADB, Agric Development Bank. Account needing Oman FM flood victims account number 113100, another 00053 41001 Mississippi 113100, another 00053 41001. Branch no ewo Medina uban edan we mu building we see hey uba see ho a Great Development Bank ewo ho untimi ma bank answer fefa momo so momo no 0542 869979 0542 869979 edin eda momo number no so Kenneth Techi in Japan nti unhu a na just what they call the right place. Now Shano so say we offices, many and the corporate banks, any ministries, agencies, na many mudi nkomwe. Nkoma many mudi ni kire say bebre no ano mu hia papers e de aye adwuma. Papers o ba stationery papers. Mu hia bibi te say staplers. Mu hia pens, niama bebre e de aye adwuma. Now bibi say himfa ene bebre no e ya mu benya sa anime at a very discounted price and ampo say a bit cheap kakra. JK Stationery representing control from a wide array of quality, high quality stationery products to choose from. Go back contact JK Industries and Investment. Vincent will stop for all your stop stationery needs. Bibia we here papers are more say more de printing your different kind. Who's the papers na crown? You sign with different types. So what papers ni buma usuma test channel different. You need to know the end of here. Nina JK Stationery for ni na bi ewo ho. Wo mo aso from Unauthorized products, customized exercise books. Bibi brave ni na bi ewo ho. Nti wo pese okotos our stationery materials where but more than pick the following numbers na frewom. O de ukokra wo di medin kwa most likely say paper no ko metimi di achew. Among all nyoma ni na paper no nko ano. Nam say you can be enti you beat me at the achew. Wodren ho say nti go and just try it. Friend Unauthorized for 0540 125 999 and 059 381 1088 and 0246 396 277 0246 396 277. JK Industries and Investments Limited will say everything to anything. Paper. Afi GP 1 herbal beverage for so Emma Idru be strong ko immune. Ebe immune o system na bema system ni pedwe body no esro eba from ahoden strong ko energy strong ko ebe sha see freezer wo energy level no ebe tumrika akosuru se energy aba mu efi umoja no ankasa no so esese be eduro no be hohuru umoja no mu kama oyo obi a ye kan bi a na wo ye develop prostate no se edure won nom no na eyeden pam prostate cancer cells no so efi ne pedua mu afi so wo arthritis ye yare bi a pain wo ni pedua no bones no mu eno so no meduri na enwashing na emfiri ho. Now GP herbal beverage for Edre Amedema coming from worldwide management for more UK. Upese onu mudi nkomo o Ghana na anywhere apart from London. Obe from onu mudi nkomo e London +44 742 453 4161. Afi uba Ghana hasi yensha ase free Kumasi. Kumasi no benya omo 0244 934 143 and 0243 146 172. Ebium oba enkran okanshia 0503 446 443 and 059 486 6533. Afino uwo UK hwankasa direct line eno no no kasa direct 07 90 35 04426. USA 01 614 643 9595. If he Canada for near +1 416 825 9121 and our +1 416 346 0041. Ebiom ose still wo Kumasi afoni kire wontumi TV and our radio premises ewa asokwa and our promise herba or Yerepa radio and I say I ewo edum uno mo eni enkomo na bibia endeda na kwemu kama ebri midura Ghana speaks. Of course, as this moment 9 minutes gone past the hour 8 we've make one leg of the journey, remaining 2 leg of the journey to go. Of course, our unisex boutique is proudly sponsoring Ghana Speaks. So, are you looking for a quality and authentic leather shoes, bags, sandals, belts, perfume, oil, slippers to buy? Okay, I will say, look no further. Our unisex boutique has in quality, stock in quality, talent shoes as well as tailored, made African clothing for men and women, suitable for all occasions. 2-piece men bubu suits, shirts, polo, Lacoste, and authentic hand-woven kente and 2-piece. Ube located in Chirakwan, 4 places. I will say Minkanjiro. Sa program na pesa ukwasi no. Ukwe nwanze washana no. Dress kama feko program na sie. Ni huse kentinka wabashiro na sie. Ote ase waba program na sie. One, di kan ya bema nipe huse waba no. The perfume the best smell is yes. There's a very nice fragrance here. So our perfume you should be smelled. So our perfume could be say oil perfume, whichever perfume, the latest perfumes in town. What I say 100 ml and a kuta wo anase then kama no boy go kama we are there to letterbox at the can do program na sia no was say bobi go kama na why neat. What I say Lacoste no papa bio enye de na anu ye see 1 2 na ne kon na asen wonam wa na Lacoste kon asen as a bad boy bi onam birim enye fe per Lacoste papa clap tea papa bi o say wo share the go program no a wono no na wudi mu akotene sana awu SMN kanchiro awu unisex boutique wo everything including hand woven kente ya shada na ye de ensa enwene enu bi na wo hwehwe na wo chie na wonya awu si locating at the following places: Jolu, Said Plaza, Udu Jola, Said Plaza, Ubenyano, Ewo Honum. Afis utmi locating over Tessano Police Depot, Uko Tessano inside Bisubia, Uko Police Depot, Suhono, Ubehu Awis Unisex Boutique, Ewo, Unsa left to her. Yewo Osu Snid Hospital on the Oxford Street, opposite Dynasty Restaurant, the Sciences War, Airport Terminal 3, Ubenya Awunti, say, Utu Kwaya, and one is a 400 to tell Niemi Nana, Uko. So once Abeka Awono, very simple. Friend 0244 649 379 0244 649 379 and that's 0234 885 042 0234 885 042. Now on I will AD and come on. Up next, Ghana Speaks. And I'm going to be this and coming. Now, and the Ghana Speaks no may yes special appeal at the National Democratic Congress officials. And now, the new patriotic party, the governing party in Penifo, party si mienu, Mesramo in Penifo, Munya Crado, na Montana Netu TV, Montana Honamonshe, and the Ghana Speaks. Because in Komona, ye bedienu. Efa sa two political establishments, efa mohu. And there's every good reason why I need your presence on Ghana Speaks. Namubiti in ye. Tonight, as part of say Ghana Speaks in the air shots, the idea shots in you. We are humble, asking the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu Dampare, Yawansemi Ebezi Bisano. Dr. George Ekufu Dampare, the Inspector General of Ghana Police Service. Ebezi Bisano Nzembi. And somewhere Ebezi Bisano no, shall say, what has become on the following investigations? 1. The high-profile murder cases. What has become of the high-profile murder cases? Is here a woman. The murder cases ne bini why? Joseph Boachi Dankwa, JB Dankwa, ni wonu hu ensem no. Ora IGP, what has become of this? Number 2, Yebisa, what has become of the investigations involving the murder of Ahmed Swale? IG. Minim. Macha sekweku minim no. I know. Millions of Ghanaians do not know this. What has become the investigations on the former member of parliament, Eko Hayford? What has become of that investigation? IGP. Mr. IGP, what has become of SAR investigation way into the Abyssine murder case? Mokai Abyssine, so we're a fee. Abyssine murder case we pay. Ghana fuina ye dede just say asuni ho. The murder cases in Abyssine was a case ye na ye ni any aso ye ni pedue na di akire. Esan say some murder cases no ye kum nipa e de o ma hye fridge di freezer mu aden e di asembe nie. Na me bo ye de poultry e hye freezer mu a na afi ye dum pempen so o man mutumi kum nipa e de o mo hye freezer mu aden e kombe na de mu e ye namban ye pese ye wie na nantwie dia focus and you say na bebre wa around o I just say why nantwie no wait a minute enipa ye kumwom de o ma hye freezer no mu. And by this time, the IGP of this republic cannot tell anybody. The Ghanaian is demanding to know what has become of the Abyssine murder cases. And IGP, it is because of us as Ghanaians. Do you know what? If it's because of the Ghanaian, ain't that the president, His Excellency Adodran Akufo-Addo Tihu? Now where? What was saying? Police Ghana police and the IGP the men and women in the service and the IGP no fair. Entina George Ekufu Dampare Oteho. I beg to differ. No, you are there because of us Ghanaians. That is also the very reason why Memeteha, as the mouthpiece of the Ghanaian, and humbly asking, what has become of the following investigations? Besi ne, JB Dankwa, se bonutuo, se wone sekanyo, se yenedeyo, afi maku senye, Ghana Police, led by George Ekufu Dampare, untimi mfa answer emre Ghana for. Sa, nti yemu ye ningusu sa, anaye ha ye ni say. If you want us to close our eyes, I think respectfully, Ghana Police, George Ekufu Dampare, just come with a press conference and tell Ghanaians, say, baby, Ghanaians, go to sleep. I don't have answer for anybody. But then, to sit in your office quietly and pretend as if you don't owe any Ghanaian an explanation, I think it is the highest disrespect to the Ghanaian. And it's the one I call disrespectful and affront to the constitution of this republic. Mr. George Ekufu Dampare, with the greatest of respect. We Ghana for kakra. You know, some of us, we've sat here severally overly. We've spoken for this IGP, and we've said a lot that brings a lot of color, and call it his exemplary order lines that cannot pass unnoticed. Depends on what you see. But some of us, we saw some good things coming. Except to say, till this very present here, say, IGP, wanamo tuo, wone maybe a wuyo, a debe petitions a hoodwo about IGP, George Ekufu Dampare wo office. And you've decided, say, sir, in seminano, obetraso. I am aware, sir, this year, on the 31st of December, before the 31st was then the 29th, the same IGP released a press statement and warned some recalcitrant prophets in this country. Womo eso mu mugana mraso. Domo peso mu ya ne se, womo de omei be kwa twemu asay omei, all because sa prophets if we say, womo kwa na Nyankopon ene womo ekasa. And I would warn a bemba. Say, they should be measured in the prophecies and all those stuff. One way your margin so matetia also I do womatia also. Womatia when Yakopon dum. A group of people be a transi, as she share Nioma, at the petition about office. As I the evidence a who do eka who by say. These are the following prophets of war. Womu ebu wasem so no mebu Ghana mraso. And yes, I saw for no bibe kan asem bize o I saw for no nkrofo bi womu I saw for no bi hu ye omu hi o seden. No, why? Also for na ye born nti on dey oyo osofo nti. He's standing at the Holy Grail. Nti ye kan asem onye ye. We are sure. Go and tell the Marines there, not here. Ye can say same way when the petition by office petition go through IGP office less than a week and IGP minutes is our petition so and on the come why the CID ora Kenyeboa and ask Kenyeboa office to work on that petition quickly. No more there somewhere. For some very strange reasons, the same IGP now call the CID for Ekatre CID for say they should hold on. Mr. IGP, we know a lot. We know a lot. And I tell you, sir, Mr. IGP, given the very circumstances of what we know, given the circumstance of what we know, Mr. IGP, in Sembepi, yen pese yebe to say yen any ebebo wabaso yen yebe ye den and a fahane sinha. Ye kuya and ye see ye ready ye bo asem dim no yes ana ye edwuma edwuma ye wa hanomi kwakumiti ha me ye no papa ye beka and entwa woni kwan mu a ye beka and we must get this premise and set the premise straight ni na ekweku ehin na ekopempemie besi ne all these high profile murder cases including the Abisim. Any asofo no etia IGP yente press conference bi anampo say a release to tell the Ghanaian say aha anyha and asem the Ghana for ye de akwa kopi mu investigation na me ba o obi ti say JB dan kwa de kra mpo de me say yente ase IG the person here can say we are still looking in that political airspace. We are looking. You review. Oh, come on, why? You review. Answer na IGP way. Wodi we Juma ebe to ho. No wa resign yo. Sa obe den yo. IGP. Shannon so. You definitely have to provide answers to the Ghanaian before answer na wodi wa kunwa na ebe to ho na wako. It's as simple as it is. And yes, sir. IG, wa winim, manka winim. Ube kofie e winim guasiem. Because we duma Ghana fotua IGP ka against the backdrop of said any Ghanaian, it doesn't matter who this Ghanaian under any mysterious circumstance that Ghanaian ebe wuno police for na said yes o investigate no more answers na eba. Abisim o promise Ghana for say Abisim murder cases mo de hunsem ebeba Abisim asem na ko wie saying who are those involved yenim mama tin ho kakra nchire Ghana for nsem no bo ye look we know politicians on which Abisim cases nim. I sat here and I said hey kwaku me kan say hey me de masem bia me kan nye papa but we know say Abisim and I know say IGP de kan munim. We know say Abisim issue no some unscrupulous individuals be and omu trading in human parts. Mo me kan kire Ghana for say yeboa. Come and tell us because nya Abisim kwa na murder cases ko so. No. Even in Sunyane Roman Catholic Park ni nchem ho. No, is it an Anglican park o say dey ye kunkum nipa toto etwetwe nipa part. Eye syndicator wo mu trading in human parts. In this country. Ade one him na shishe munti fasa report number IG. The Abisim investigation me say one him no more politicians so much shishem enter IGP wuntimi fa dinimpie. Why? Who are those? Who are these individuals? Ya watwene mu ye twen IGP so de listen or de beba. Ye guso aye twen no. Say IGP or the list no womu ahihye no or the beba Ghana yi na ye dia wo enye enipa ba ko dia no ti bibi nko yi a we have the right to demand from officialdom and you must explain the fact answer no ekuta no report na obetro no ekyerkyerem na ode be ma no enye wo dia it belongs to Ghanaians. It's me Ghana mpenifo no me nti wo mase esa me nkwane journalist a me pekasa wo zedin okobi sa Ghana mpenifo o se uni right obabi sa na sem. Can you imagine any bri kra ma pass right to information bill na right information bill create me adwuma hwe parliament bi esi ho ene dia moya mo nioma right to information is zedin adwuma. Can the ordinary Ghanaian right to the appropriate quarters demand for the information ye the man on the silver platter and a bear tag of war? In fancy way. Still tonight on Ghana Speaks, we are focusing on a number of factors. And Ghana Speaks we are focusing on a number of factors which are troubling this young democracy since the Fourth Republican Constitution. And tonight's edition, we titled this Ghana Speaks, Ghana in the State of Setback. Which are these setbacks? Shall we? And the Ghana Speaks ni baby. Maybe bien maybe swatchrow. Ekonuasa ahodo bebrea o me ekonechi esi ekoyanim ba yeko yekio reverse gear na reverse gear on say car be e reverse no matter what car be Albion cry e ko ne chi a auto no boase Albion po ba ye die America no a ye ko no me hu bi da reverse o enye first second o there be reverse be America hyemu no ano den. It has become very necessary to bring the following issues to light and figure how we can address it quickly before it consumes us completely. As I said, me know edi sa nkomai na ye pense mu. Na ye hwe baby a ye benya sansemi na baby edi besisi maako mienu miensa na ye nya asem no pomasi bre solution o se den yo na efie dia to na aka se hence Ghana direction yanko ne sei nti monhwe ni ye hwe dia me na woka no. Many Ghanaians are wondering and still find themselves in the Alice of Wonderland. Why this country continue to experience all the roadblock you can think of in our socio-political economic development. Aye nipa ne bebre adwene mu kisina confused say why omanya de biara ya anoma bi suo o say asam kro wa ka ya boy hu ensamnane sa gateway to Africa, beacon of democracy, golden age of business, and na kra de beka ho na no bi no kra de say de be Ghana beyond aid yenso ne na IMF. Now any pe bia dwene mu am kisina say aden na sa omanya ti say oman fefe ti say Africa's beacon, Africa's eye, black star yenio and centrane for no yenie ba adie be na etwe akose na echiri ya ye koi eye die na de ye koi echiri eye die be ya obi e bisebi ya dwendwe ho ye di hu pensem bobo ho answer ntimi mai. But and I am glad to share with you some of the answers to why Ghana no ehye reverse gear no ibriketu mu reverse bia na ye kwa slow ba ye die ye ijade mpa. Now here we here at the Seed Show, our assessment to this debilitating tendency has been the phenomenon of how these two political establishments ostensibly disrespected, abuse, offend the essence of quality leadership at the helm of affairs. Yes, two political establishments, MPP, NDC. Did I say the tendency has been the phenomenon of how two parties ostensibly disrespected, abuse, offend the essence of quality leadership at the helm of affairs. The American naturally say a konya two political establishments mufa obuo enye nidie enfema ye ka positions kwesi kwame adwa abna ye de we kwasha ye de we ura ye de mummu sa position, you don't respect it. 2, you abuse it. And 3, you offend it for whatever reason. You understand it much deeper when I get to the end of it. Mummu sa nyoma we. No, you don't respect it. Now let's break it down here. Assuming you are an outsider looking in or observing from afar of many appointments into leadership, such as ministerial portfolio, chief executive officers, municipal district chief executives, board of directors, senior positions into governmental households, and many more, have always been, or oftentimes, based on the maybe can you mako and song achirawo sa abeya can I say party see me many times oftentimes call it whichever ye ba abeya mu a enyoma esese mo ye na tumi ma aban no etumpon ne ntam so na mu bedru saa kwentu na mutu no na ma mu hu na mo nye no ebi na mebeka akire mo de o men konechi wo mirikatuo so na mu minim se munim ba eyini da ho bone na mo de yes ade no MPP NDC say you are appointing Crawford and question positions. Yes, ministers, chief directors, board events and directors, municipal district chief executives, senior positions into governmental house. Just talk about which position be a assessor a buying and also appointing. Maybe the basis on how yes appointment we. And many of these appointments, many times and oftentimes, based on the following. 1. Chronism. Chronism ni ede be a afekubofo. Enipakuo bi a wo me ya afekubo. Ye omo yekuo. Wo mo ko omagro, wo mo di omagro, wo mo ye omo niama, said omo ye no afekubofo. Ai, ubehwem no. Sa afekubo no ebi wo mu a omampani no adasa no okasa afekubo no anase obi wo mu a onim president no pa wo mu dimirika, then they go secure position afekubofo. Ghana positions ni say ni echiche no dia toso mienu classmates ai onene call at the Sada College no munya wo classroom back no munya a science student no munya a Greek student onene call Bulgar girls Bogi Zamstek wo munya no mu wo classroom no munya no mu ye de be no omo ye arts students into onim no wo munya wo classroom ntino yeah padis into onim say oh esimesi yes or I'm a classmate so why not. They toso miensa schoolmates just say onini na ko himfa Yankpala secondary school and a classmate would no it's so easy to allow sani panesa onfa ombewura aban nimu no onji position straight away without looking into nieme bia no ye baso. They are also a 9 omo ye club mate club ben so many clubs. Check the positions. Ube kom no club say club A, club B, club C. Ne ya sise nipa ne gum efri mu ne ya mo omina positions. Either said the president in Ankasa may belong to that club or was a former club member. Check the clubs. Me mo ba ku kredi but you know them. Ne do ma ko shishem keke. Securing positions. Meanwhile, some position a walk no on one person himself no quarter minru hoye there be or a club mate. They are also make a club mate or associate. They are also in family ties. Family ties. President in the bar either saw by appointee special called the kitchen cabinet made up of a brother, a sister, cousins, nephews, niece. This is the typical African politics for you. And we are experiencing these in our socio-political development since the Fourth Republican Constitution began. Tell me, Kweku, you are lying. I don't want to mention Obiedi, but you know it. They know it. NPP, NDC, they know what I'm talking about. Why must we do this to ourselves as a country, as a nation? Why? The India. They are also political party sponsors. Yes. Now, political party sponsors, most often times, sponsors in Krana, buy the beba power and pono, bebre ye but ye be buya and then akaso akabe 5 slots be fill the gap. No. End of case. As to say nipano or qualify, and now say nipano or you're in good standing in business or in what? No. Political party sponsors near the post, near their mom. Come and fill that gap. Afi mamen famo embra Venzin The last one. The tosunsia. Money buying portfolio. Money buying portfolio through their lobbyists and many more. Ono their party no either say owom onim ne na ba kusia one leg in one leg out. And what oftentimes those individuals no mo ye say ono no oti ho abani nya ba power pe no dimrika. O dimrika o na watem ska. Not their quarter position. Yes. Nti bebre ubete no. Na enipa mo party ni mu no mu complain simesi ye campaign ye hu ba bia no gina and say no no. Obi ehunu wa campaign thrill no so. No. But ye to abani wie ye no. Say nipa yi ekuta post. E asem papa za. Indeed, our assessment revealed, however, oftentimes such positions are not given on grounds of merit, but on the above following factors. Most of the time in a position here, no. You see, any more resume na yebekin kaino, any more rasmatals no. It's bogus. For example, yema obi a ministerial position say go to Ministry of Agri. Under no circumstance a government should make a mistake say what the Agri ministry no and one say what technocrat be all because he may be a friend, he may be a classmate, he may be a schoolmate, he can be whatever. What's he go and sit at Ministry of Agri? Do you know what it takes to handle such a ministry? You see, there are certain positions here. Say those positions, mo kotra ho no mo a result oriented. Because in spite of say nipa na ko suku biara so ko betimi a PhD, doctor, professor, whatever it is, the nonsense all about that. No, don't make a mistake. That you appoint somebody to go to say Ministry of Agri, and now would you be back baby to say the Ministry of National Security. These are certain, I can't mention all of them. Let me mention for want of time 2 positions. Untimi for being kotra ho keke. Sabin predia se nipa na ko school. You must weigh the person say, who is this individual? You didn't question her. What is it that individual can produce? At what time frame are we expecting a boom? It was our ministry, no. A dear ben yeshwe it was our ministry. No? What impact being any person ministry and making on the national economy? Untimi fa account bank what's that? Accountant and kwashe Ministry of National Security and yedumada. He will fail. You cannot send a doctor to Ministry of National Security. All these misplaced positions that has galvanized our governance system for well over 30 years into this 4th Republican Constitution by these 2 political establishments. Watch the space. Positions near the mom we are. Omonya hwe no answer ye titi cars nim Land Cruiser pa and a pay wiani anadwo sarin to so and omonam omanim ye nya hwe. How can you give a ministry of say Ministry of Health to the abia? What the Ministry of Health what they akoma obi ti say engineer ono kosua how to construct roads and bridge. Who pese o kan dey na kire no. Then na pese o man yehu. When are we going to realize say this misplaced positions is a debilitating effect and militating against the progress of this country for well over 30 years into this journey, and we are still going nowhere? When daben any ebehuni asesa sa suba we. Again, another factor which has disturbed the consciousness of our socio-political economic development. Maka ministerial ene wieo. The NSC ade ne kwahye sa tokronum, yade na kwahye ho. Tokronu nyono na NSC ade ne kwahye ho, enso yade na kwahye ho. Maka ne wie. Hwa another one nso me be kire wo. Creation of ministries, departments, agencies, and authorities, which feeds on the consolidated fund and yet has no direct or adverse impact on our economy. Complete waste. Maka and we no afihwe we nzo ministries ahodo basa MPP for ba hey ministry of roads and highway ni e road na free na ministry of whatever hey we ni so ba no so the road na be shem na we so there's all kinds of what you don't really understand ni nara. And many of these ministries, departments, and government agencies do not have adverse effects on our national economy, except that they draw budget from the consolidated fund. Chop and waste them. Indeed, another wasteful venture which has put impediments and hindrance in our socio-political economic development is the number of appointments into leadership position. Example, 3 ministers are occupying 1 ministry. India. Why? When in the normal sense of order, one minister together with chief directors can work to produce quality results for the country. India. Ministry baako. Na yedi nipa be efense miensa ekogu ho. Let's assume for want of it say yenti obi ampoka. Ba yentimi nka nkyere me kwaku amete ha say sa ministers ni egu ho a omo de anasa anapa Ghana ho do omo do Ghana dodo Ghana so ho ya omo fe nti anapa omo ni dwuma bi die o eno anasa anapa no omo dware esra e de perfume gu omo hye omo atare na omo abetratra omo ka mu no metu car no no man anti traffic no man ba ministry Ghana ho yo mo fe omo do Ghana too much no be yedwuma ma Ghana. They don't draw salaries in tea because omo nje salary. Do you know other nyoma through the back door ekosa nipa werim now nina on the burden of the consolidated fund? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Ghana mpenifo na mibisa mwasem. Mibisa Ghana mpenifo NPP NDC mibisa mwasem. John Mohammed by the same. Right from whatever, you roll in Sisi, all of them. Kufuor, Atamils, Mahama, Akufuado, Muinamuti Muyebi, India. Why are you doing this to ourselves? The India. But until see a bear yardren see a best sir. Until see a bear who say, look, there is a need to change the systems. The governance, we must understand that governance is a serious business. Governance is a very, very serious business. It's not child's play. No. And of course, we are talking about result-oriented here. And it's a more 4 years, when your results are sometimes dream positions are much the mom. Chronism, friends, classmate, schoolmate. Mube we enough 4 years ni na your time wasted. You know baby afina aye America to ni kasa na mu pe baby di mutiafa. Why are you doing this to yourself? I didn't think mo sha mo ho akomfosa. But finally, to establish the reasons behind why we do all of the above in the African politics, an American comedian has a thought for the above. Bisa who say e die bentina African politics ye hu sa na me bebrebe awum die ntia. Die ntina politicians from Africa wo mu kodo so mo ye ne omasa. Why? Listen to this American comedian. I think that our answer for the African politicians that you and I need to know. Take a listen to him. Listen carefully.
Name a job that pays well.
Steve, I'm going to go with politician.
Nowhere in the world do politicians make a lot of money, but all over the world, they steal a lot of money. Name a job that pays well.
Steve, I'm going to go with politician.
Nowhere in the world do politicians make a lot of money, but all over the world, they steal a lot of money. Name a job that pays well.
Steve, I'm going to go with politician.
Nowhere in the world do politicians make a lot of money, but all over the world, they steal a lot of money. Name a job that pays well.
Steve, I'm gonna go with politician.
Nowhere in the world do politicians make a lot of money, but all over the world, they steal a lot of money.
Hear that? Make a sense out of it. That's a thought. Politicians makes money through what? Obi Adrian, no. True or false? Maybe. Your guess is as good as mine. This has been Ghana Speaks, brought to you by Awos Unisex Boutique. Koho, go for some beautiful dresses, go for perfume, go for whatever that will make your occasion a worth living. I am Kweku Anan. Welcome back, and of course, this is the Seed Show. We're live here tonight. We've made the second leg of the journey, making 49 minutes gone past the hour 8. And I am Kweku Anan. Of course, tonight, Medin Kaya Cultures and Neno. The see a devote to and then Monday, Wednesday, I'm sure, to focus much more on what's described as much more of a talking in town, and also the one particular agency which has also come under barrage or avalanche of attacks, criticisms, and all of that, National Petroleum Authority, all about hikes in fuel. And now, sorry, petrol cost, cost in some doors bibri. Well, tonight, many women for ebidin komo. Part 1 tonight, Wednesday, we'll get part 2. Then we say in some AC at here. But before my short break, you know, Shannon say, I can't say how many days to go. Now, all SIM cards, now, you cannot communicate on those SIM cards. Now, in paying for arrangements there, in order to hurry and then avoid blacklist your SIM card, it says dial *40#, and then you'll be required to send the following details. Ghana card. So Ghana card, you hear PIN number, with surname, first name, dates of birth, or your banner bema. Now, I'm paying for this is Shannon to say. Won't mean your way in Suzudia. Ubetimi the sad details ni no account na what capture biometric address now the account. Then you go to your nearest mobile care center. Na one capture near the offense and registration at the amount. Won't mean inquire in avoidance of all of this in the dial 100 and now so say National Communications Authority to free number here 0800 110 622. And I visit NCA on my website here, www.nca.org.gh. Now, onomo edim komo. One may assist. Come on. Franco Trading Enterprises, some unscrupulous persons are using the Facebook account now. They defraud innocent people. Share one be a victim. Now, the authentic Facebook trading account in 100,000 people. Now, and the iOS Franco Trading Instagram ni na the same. Ni Momo pay code no 189480 Shannon so na yen ye tom genuine Samsung Nokia phones Franco TV digital satellite panels among the neighbor including air conditions power a bomb frama 1.5 2.0 2.5 ninaya horsepower office no ewo adabraka opposite Roxy Cinema bomodiana frɛ Franco for no mo eni nkomo na woto ne ma dodo nso a ye de bekwa akojaw frɛ no 0558 106241 0558 106241 and 0302 225 651 now ne Franco AD enkomo utimi so echo ne website www.francotrading.com now ne AD enkomo Franco Trading Enterprise still phone papa fie tonight my guest me ne bedi enkomo exclusive 101 to look into all the petroleum issues ne onga kakao Mohammed Abdul Kudus or communications manager Emma NP National Petroleum Authority. Menene beshe nkomo na say enchekra. But then let me go for a short break plus WhatsApp messages. What about 0240 550 I'm making kind of stick and stay shortly. Then we'll be back. Take off with Kudus right after these commercials.
We are what Jerusalem. Well, Lana Memo, why? A Jabedi there, a drone, any way, Spanish garlic mixture, a Buama Moja dear full sunny, and when the pedian collect. I feel so as also Bois and Mobile Cassa, Pampa, and when the trim. Obiana Kuma Bonnie Pelly, Obia Johnson Tentem, Obiana Nasi Atatai. I feel so be a slap dear at Dokono the pedian and Nanina. Collect.
Eja, we enso Spanish garlic capsules, a supporting immune system.
That's all.
Shenenso, Edrey, and Yama Oba wa fair through. The Oma Accra no for Accra Onya in Fear Dumienu, ain't mean fair Dre. Fre 0266 114111.
FD Ashisha sa ijedi nkra tuoyimu aji atumuse
Registration exercise is ongoing. Have you started your registration yet? If you have not, let me teach you how to register your SIM card starting from *404#. Remember, the Ghana card is the only ID required for SIM card registration in Ghana. First, dial *404#. You then select 1, register. After you select 1, register, you will be prompted to enter the Ghana card personal ID number. Remember that you do not need to add the hyphens. You will be prompted to confirm the Ghana card personal ID number you entered in the previous stage. Next, you will enter your surname as indicated on your Ghana card. Then type your first names. The next prompt is for you to enter your dates of birth in this format: day, month, year. You then select your gender, that is male or female. All the details you've entered will then be displayed for you to confirm if they are accurate. You will then receive a unique code via SMS or a flash message. If you do not see your unique code, dial *400# and the unique code with your name will be displayed on your phone. Good people of Ghana, this ends the first stage of your SIM card registration. Next step is to visit your service provider to complete the second stage. Remember that you may find your service providers at their customer care centers, shops of their agents or distributors, or any of the temporary registration points in your area. These are the requirements needed at the second stage: your phone, your SIM card, your Ghana card, and your digital address. Register your SIM card today. Start with *404# on your own, then visit your service provider to complete the process. For further information, call your service provider on 100 or the NCA's toll-free line on 0800 110 622. The SIM card registration.
Great, we are back, and tonight the Seed Show. Yeah, share in some way koso petroleum industry no. Na ene oberheno ober sorry I say fuel no cost we cost the assembly. Well, what accounts for all of this? Well, we have the market players no so our system mo so now Mohammed Abdul Kudus or communications manager Emma NPA and there obey in some bebre so I know you say a lot of stakeholders bebre so air Dankanamwa Chamber of Petroleum Consumers umina able to almost anyone Kudus Michio
Mejiso
what is saying wonderful good now NPA you can't NPA first you shall say free NPA as an organization mu ye ku ben ya
me da se na mame enchia uni wutiefo nyina
yeah
mana me ka se ebeka brofo
yeah
na twi ne de
fra yes
okay basically MPA a organization established by an act of parliament.
Okay.
Act of 205, Act 691, and joined to regulate the activities of the petroleum downstream sector. And this petroleum downstream sector, it is from importation of the product, the storage or processing of the product, transportation of the product, and sale of the product at the pump to the final users. And such in way MPA has a certain regulatory responsibility. So first, to import, you need clearance or license from MPA to be able to bring the product into the country. If MPA does not give you the license, you can bring the product into the country, and you bring the product into the country without the license of the MPA. The Act gives us that authority to seize the product and take any remedial action that it thinks it is only appropriate to be a deterrent for anybody who would want to repeat such an act in future. And so when the product is imported into the country, be it crude or finished, it normally goes into a storage facility. The creation and establishment of that storage facility also has a certain component of responsibility on the part of NPA to guarantee and be able to certify where it is suitable to put the product. Because as it were, it is not just any product at all. It is a product that whose integrity must be protected and ensured, so that whoever consumes it into whatever function that the person would want to put it into, the person is guaranteed of a quality that would not be compromised. Then after the storage, then there is the transportation of the product to the final consumer at the pump who would be buying the product. And so when this product is being transported, MPA again has the responsibility of ensuring the integrity of the product from the point of haulage, or where it is picking the product to the point of discharge, where it is supposed to put the product to for it to be sold to the consumer. So the MPA has that responsibility to ensure again the integrity of the product from the point of the haulage to the point of storage. When the product is then stored, so to speak, at the pump where the product is supposed to be sold to the consumer, then again the MPA has the responsibility of ensuring that the product that is actually being sold to the consumer, first of all, is of the required quality, and then secondly, it is of the required standard in terms of measure as per value for the money that the consumer would actually be paying for it. Then the infrastructure within which the product is supposed to be sold, the standard of it, the environmental condition of it, the safety of the whole place, again falls as part of the responsibility of the National Petroleum Authority to ensure that the safety of consumers of the product who comes to the filling station to buy, and the owners of the product itself are guaranteed. So at least if we cannot completely eradicate any accident, we can reduce it to the barest minimum. So in summary, there is the functions and rules of the MPA as stipulated by the act that established it in 2005.
I see. Good, good. Great. So we'll go straight into, we've we have a number of issues we want to deal with. For example, like movements of fuel price.
Yeah.
What is it that we need to know about this?
Oh, yes. A combination of factors actually goes into determining the price of the fuel we buy at the pump. So we have a petroleum pricing formula that was actually enacted in 2015 July by Parliament when the Act of MPA was reviewed. Previously, the MPA was primarily responsible for determining prices. So the determination of prices and how much the product was supposed to be sold at the pump was that of MPA. Then in 2015, for the wisdom of government then in Parliament, the Act was reviewed. And then they gave us what is now called the petroleum pricing formula, which in essence talks about a complete deregulation of pricing of petroleum products in Ghana to suggest that the prices as it is in the world market, so should it be at the pump. And so when the price goes up on the world market, it should go up at the pump. If the prices go down on the world market, it should go down at the pump, holding every other thing constant. So basically, treatance, informs the prices of the product. So the cost of the product that is bought from wherever it is actually bought from. We all know that till we discover petroleum crude in Ghana, we largely imported crude into the country. And even till date, 90% of what we actually are consuming in Ghana are finished products that are brought from abroad and not products that are mined in Ghana here. So the product that come into Ghana, the cost at which you buy it is one critical determinant that tells how much the product would actually be sold. Another component in the pricing structure or equation is the forex, the cost of forex, because we all know that we don't buy the product in cedis. We buy it in dollars. So the cost that you incurred in accessing the dollar, depending on the market that you actually picked it from, whether it is from the Forex Bureau in the private market, or it is from your commercial bank that you have a transactional relationship with, or probably from the Bank of Ghana. You certainly would have acquired that exchange at a certain cost. So that cost also determines, how much the product should be sold. And then the last but not the least is the tax, the margins, and the levies that are actually slapped on it. So when you put the three things that I've mentioned, largely the cost of the price on the international market, the cost of forex that you earn in bringing the product into the country, and the tax levies and margins primarily determines the cost of the product that we're supposed to be buying. But I probably might have to add that recent development and dynamics on the global market out there has almost introduced a new phenomena. Even though it existed, it had a certain minimal effect on the pricing dynamics. But today, it has a very, very serious effect, and that's the premium. The cost that you incur if after buying the product, the cost that you incur into bringing it to Ghana. So let's say that you probably have bought the product from somewhere in Amsterdam, then you would have insurance to pay. You would have transport to pay. And you would have some related or incidental prices that you would incur in having to get the product into the country. So we call it, put together, the premium that you actually put on the price. And today, because of a certain dynamics out there in the world, and primarily it started with COVID, now Russia, Ukraine, transport is becoming critical in the equation of price determination in Ghana. So outside the three that I mentioned earlier, transportation as part of the premium is playing a critical role. So if you want to understand how prices are arrived at on the cost of the product that we buy at the pump, these are basically the ingredients that goes into the determination.
That feeds into it.
Yes.
Great. Now, Kudus, some are asking questions, basic questions, such as, so what's a year, OMC cinema. Okay, for want of a, let's zero down and mention names. As soon as they are total for liter no air cost to go also Shell near there. So the question is, why these price differentials?
Yeah, so the review of the Act in 2015 that brought about the total price deregulation actually then took away the pricing responsibility away from MPA, okay, and then gave it to the OMCs, determined largely by factors of demand and supply. So how much an OMC, okay, incurs in bringing the product to the country determines how much it should be sold. So let's say that you are an OMC in the market, I'm OMC in the market.
We all went to the same
We
place
all go to the same market.
Yes.
You probably have a skill that got you the same product at a cheaper rate than me. That's one. Two, the cost of the forex that you got in going for the product might be lower or higher than the cost I incurred. So, and then we have the cost overrun, where the cost of maintenance of facilities, running of the human workforce, and all of that could also determine how much at the end I would incur in running my business. So all of these factors put together then determines how much the final price should be. So it is not going to be the case that all OMCs would incur the same cost. Will incur the same cost because the business allows you to bring the product wherever you can get it, provided you are authorized and licensed by the National Petroleum Authority. So you get your product from a different place. I get my product from a different place. Once it meets the specs, the pricing then is for you to do. What we do at MPA is that we have now the economic regulation, okay, a department that is supposed to now police the information that you are bringing to ensure that you are not going to come and cheat the consumer. As it were, the prices and determination of the petroleum product out there is public knowledge.
Yeah.
So you can't go and buy the product from somewhere and come and tell me this is how much I bought it. I will certainly be able to verify. And when I verify that and measure against the claims that you make, then we can have an indicative price that you should be selling to the market. Most often,
so even though we went to the same place, lifted the bar under some circumstances, call it inexplicable or whatever, you still can bring the fuel here, dump it on the consumer anyhow you want.
Not at all. The MPA would have to agree with you. Yes, the MPA would have to agree with you. Because part of the mandate of MPA, even though is to ensure the investment that you put in getting the product is recouped. We also have a responsibility towards the consumer to make sure that the consumer is not cheated or open up for a certain shortchanging. As it were, a lot of people out there might be profit motive oriented, okay, in determining their prices than the welfare of the consumer. So you need to have an institution that would be able to protect and guarantee that aspect of the consumer. And that is where MPA again comes in. So the policing responsibility of MPA is to then protect the consumer from a certain overcharging by the OMC. So that at least one, you are not overcharged. Two, you are guaranteed value for money. So the consumer is able to be protected. So it is not as though the thing is free for all and you would go and bring your product and determine how much you want to sell it. No, there is still a certain regulatory environment, albeit not as it used to be, where the final determination lied with the National Petroleum Authority. Now, what we do is to collaborate with you and agree on how much you are supposed to sell the product, given the factors that you incurred in terms of cost to bringing the product into the country.
There's this fundamental question that comes like, Well, Ghana, we have discovered oil, crude oil, in large quantities and stuff. Yet, the barrel of crude oil, again, the barrel of crude oil that we transport outside Ghana is huge. Million, tons of oil. Why should the Ghanaian buy oil at the pump so expensive?
It's a question.
The Ghanaian want to know.
Yes,
that this politics still hasn't been yet demystified.
Absolutely.
In the sense, say, Ghana the two oil. Na oil nebo air waha. This dichotomy, we need to break it, demystify it clear.
I agree, and I can understand why the consumer or the Ghanaian out there would be very much interested. Obviously, if you are mining crude in your country, all other things being equal, you would be expecting that you should not be buying it at a more higher rate or expensive than how much a country that does not produce a fuel. But the truth of the matter is that not all of the fuel that is produced in Ghana belongs to the government of Ghana.
It belongs to who?
So there's a certain share structure.
Ghanaians, listen to him well.
There's a certain
the answers are coming.
There's a certain share structure that determines how much of what belongs to who.
That's right.
And so not all of it. In fact, the last time I checked, I think we were mining almost about 150,000 barrels a day. 150,000 barrels a day. Conservatively, we are supposed to be consuming about 99 or 90,000 barrels a day.
Very insignificant.
So if you look at how much we consume a day and how much we mine, give and take, you think that, we mine more than we consume. So net effect, we should be having a windfall and be buying it more cheaper. But my information, and this I don't want to really be playing the role of GMPC, but is that our share is just about 27 to 28,000 barrels out of the 150,000 barrels that we mine. Yes, and
Please, can you repeat that again?
So I'm saying that out of about the 150,000 barrels that we mine, just about 27 to 28,000 barrels actually belongs to Ghana.
27,000 barrels.
27,000.
27,000 out of 150,000.
Out of 150,000. Meanwhile, we consume in excess of 90,000. So technically, we are net importers of fuel, not net exporters. A lot of the time, when the people are driving the propaganda of the net exporter, they are looking at the absolute figures of how much we produce at the mining and then how much we consume in terms of barrels. But like I said, because of the share structure, Ghana's share is insignificant comparative to how much we actually consume as a country. So it is not going to be probably in the near future that would be reaping the expected benefit for which many countries are reaping out of the production and mining of fuel in their country.
That, Kudus, Ghana is being ripped off out of this mathematics?
Well, it is an issue of...
Looking at it from the top, the politician has not done that's what will be more profitable to the Ghanaian, even though we've discovered oil.
Maybe.
The Talos, the Cosmos, the whatever, all of these stakeholders are milking the ordinary Ghanaian.
Mineral exploitation and its benefit to citizenry appear to be an unending debate, not just in Africa, but across the world. Okay, the peculiarity of that of Africa is the inability to raise the adequate investment to be able to take the product out of the soil. So it is one of two things. You either take it out and get less of the share because of your insignificant contribution in the investment, or you leave it to be buried underground
for the rest of life.
It's a decision that government would actually be conflicted with to be able to take. I think the lesser of the evil is to let it come out, and even no matter how small it is, take it, hoping that you'll be growing yourself in capacity, so that at least as time goes on, you are able to buy part of the stake the other investors are actually having. And you never know, Ghana's share could increase in future. If government of Ghana is able to position itself well and then be able to pay for part of the stakes that the other shareholders are having. But to put it bluntly, right now we do not have that muscle, okay, and control of what we are producing in Ghana here to want to expect a certain translation of its effect on the prices that we pay at the pump. So it is regrettable, it is sad. I appreciate the difficulties that Ghanaians go through. In fact, my number one complainant of the cost of the product at the pump is my wife. And oh yes, is my wife. And she regularly brings it on me. But it is something that is beyond our control. And I think that if we could do something to ameliorate the effect that the price is having on the consumer out there, without a doubt, we certainly would have done that. But we are looking into the future, hoping that the prices, as it has started to show a certain sign, would continue to slide downwards. And ultimately, the consumer would get a bigger benefit out of it. But the way the prices are on the international market right now, there is very little anybody can do about it.
So, Kudus, per this explanation you've given, it means clear that the ordinary, then it's we must just understand that politics must be separated from fuel business.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, which is here, everybody is blaming government. And a fuel cost, and I'm sure you're hearing something.
Yeah.
So, what is it that government would have to do at this very crucial hour? That almost now and then there's this astronomical increase. There's hikes left, right. Between government and the citizenry, what is it that government need to do and what is it that citizens need to know? A quick recap there.
Yes. Well, let me not pretend to be speaking for government. Government spokespersons probably are watching.
Yeah.
And if they get to want to make an input, they could do that. I speak for National Petroleum Authority, who virtually, apart from the policing responsibility, has a certain advisory role to the Ministry of Energy. And a lot of it are normally done behind the curtains. And I probably should not be discussing the various scenarios that we have actually contemplated and discussed with the ministry to look into going forward and what it actually can do. But largely, as I put it, the control is not so much with Ghana. The control is absolutely not so much with Ghana.
Beyond us.
Yes, and I was telling somebody some time back that at a point that we were probably buying the price per liter around 3 cedis to 4 cedis. The petrol, for example, finished product petrol, was sold around $400. $400. Today, same petrol is sold around $1,200. That's 3 times it has become the price. Then I said, what used not to be a critical factor in the dynamics of pricing now has become, and that is the issue of premium and transport, particularly, that we're going to pay. So in fact, I was listening to my good friend Duncan, who is virtually on his way out, if not almost out already. So the bulk oil distributors who bring the product, because of the conflict in Ukraine and Russia and the subsequent sanction on the product from Russia, the Russia is supposed to account about 40% of the diesel market for Europe alone. 40%.
Yeah.
So now that it has been knocked out, what it means is that the market that we used to go to, Europe would also come there to want to compete with us.
Yeah.
Then the issue of proximity would become the center of consideration for transporters. Where will I take my product to and turn quickly for another leg of the same transportation? So if you are now going to take me further away from where I would ordinarily would have wished to go, meaning you then have to pay more. So we are increasingly becoming unattractive. And because of our unattractiveness due to the the transport route and distance involved,
Yeah.
we are now made to pay more cost or higher prices, so we'll be able to get the product into our country. So all of these factors are playing into the role. Once upon a time, we had a combination of the tax levies and then the margin constituting almost about 41% of the price that we pay at the pump.
Really?
Yes. Today, it is constituting less than 19%. The same tax levies and margins that we're paying before, that we probably did not complain of the cost.
But how? What's the maximum effect that it would impact on the Ghanaian, and then visibly we can see it? Is this
okay, so once again, that's something that government should speak to, because it is government that is taking the taxes. But some of the margins that I probably can speak to are what I call the control measures. That largely goes to the benefit of the consumer.
Yeah.
So let's say the UPPF fund, for example. The UPPF fund is supposed to be used to pay for the cost of transport that the transporter incurs when it takes the product, let's say, from Tema to Tamale. When the transporter takes the product from Tema to Tamale, ordinarily in the cost of other products that I probably should not be mentioning names, that cost would have been embedded in the cost of the product ultimately. Because arriving at the price, you look at the cost of the price, the cost of transportation and all of that. But in the case of fuel, and then a petrol and a diesel particularly, because we pay for transportation, the consumer does not pay. Because we pay for this, and the consumer does not pay. So for me, that is one great issue that helps the consumer. But for that particular engineering, the further you are away from the coast where the fuel is deposited, the higher you probably would have been paying for the product. So what it means is that for some of you, or those of you in Accra here, you would be paying lesser the cost of petrol than me, who is coming from Tamale, and the rest of my people up there, okay? So this has brought a certain relief and breached that particular gap. So the cost of the product that you buy from, let's say, Goel, anywhere in the country is the same cost that you buy in Tamale or anywhere in the country. And I think that particular margin, without a doubt, is doing a very, very great work. Then we have the inter-depot transfer, which is the PDM. So the cost of transporting the product from one depot to the other. For strategic reasons, Ghana has been able to establish depots across the length and breadth of this country. So you go to Upper East, there's a depot. You go to formerly Northern, now Savannah, there's a depot. You come to Ashanti, there's a depot. Then you come to the Greater Accra, there's a depot. So these products are able to be transported and stored at these strategic locations to guarantee the access and availability of the product across all times. So that again is a factor that has been generated so that the payment is not borne by the consumer. So what it means is that, but for that engineering, the consumer of petrol would have been paying much more than it's paying today. So that margin, once again, is also good. Then there is the fuel marking. That is what we are able to use to, first of all, guarantee the integrity of the product from the depot to the selling point. As it were, people out there can be very mischievous and motivated by excessive profit that they intend to really achieve out of the sale of their product, might be tempted to adulterate the fuel to increase the volume and to be able to maximize profit at the expense of the consumer. And so we have what we call the fuel marking. The fuel marking is also a chemical kind of that is deposited in the product at the point of loading, okay, to the point of discharge. So that in between the loading and discharge, you are not able to tamper with the product and compromise the quality of it. And so that particular marking scheme, that also is ordinarily would have been part of the cost that the consumer would have been paying, is also borne by the MPA. So there have been a lot of engineering that has actually even kept the price at which they are today. Like I said, and I would not want to be like a broken record, it is without a doubt that the cost of the product is high out there, and it is exerting a lot of toll on people. But the truth of the matter is that the pricing of it and the rate at which we would have wished that it should be, so we'll be able to afford, does not lie with the National Petroleum Authority. Like I said, we only police, we don't determine the price.
Great, we only police, we don't determine the price. Of course, my guest tonight, Mohammed Abdul Kudus, or a communication manager, National Petroleum Authority, and Edim Komano. I know there are lots of you more questions about price in here, price, but also they don't determine the price. So basically, on to me all about the prices now. But I know there are lots of you now more questions. Is all about the price and pricing. And see that again begs another question, such as why say when the price fall at the events in the world markets now, we don't get that ripple effect here. Yeah, tiso. A conform TSA OMC no still back on na price na and that's it or could you say is a honor and but I send you okay very instructive. Listen one more time. Or may yenya crude oil see na yenim. Now here Kudus gives us this breakdown. Say crude oil na yenya no in plain Ghana for menemo kase. Under these two political parties, MPP, NDC, one was man maker. Ghana produces 150,000 barrels of crude oil. Out of 150, the Omai Ghana, ye chefa won peno, 27,000 barrels of crude oil. Nenimpo nhadwin. Afi say 27,000 ye use even less than the 27,000. The total sum na ye nyana chefa no krana. We still even come below. Meaning say Ghana is heavily industrial nation. You consuming fuels apart from say the commercial basis back and forth. Kudus, what's the any you saying? Ghana consuming saying? Figure is saying.
Oh yes. So Ghana
out of the 27, which is you know, your bona fide, you know, your usage in here saying total.
We use 90,000. Far in excess of our share of.
Can you imagine?
Product.
Far in excess of.
Far. So consuming more.
Just a distance
we are producing.
So MPP ni NDC for a day na moyo me. Mo wa sama bri metin ha me kan. Na what the crude oil mpoto nchen a. Look at the mineral deposit. Say enyine bauxite show mo twa na mo de ama Chinese for. Why do you think we're doing this to ourselves? Get about 10 businessmen, let them form a consortium and go and sit on the oil rig. I tell you, Ghanaians, they will develop this oil and will sack all this Talos and the Cosmos and whatnot. One more call for mobile Joe Misika womb. GMP's in Benin. I'm sad though, isn't it? I'm really sad. Kudus, we must be sad though. By the way, I don't know, do you have what it takes to answer that question? Why the price go down out there and then here still we don't get that effect?
Okay, so once again, like I said, there are gamut of issues that comes together to determine the price. So you could have...
It takes time before we sometimes feel.
Okay, so like I said, it is not just the cost of the product. If the cost of the product comes down, but the cost of forest goes up, it will negate the price on the international market.
That's right.
Yes, because you take the dollar to go and buy the product. So there are a lot of times that people say that, oh, the prices are falling, and so we expect the price to come down at this particular
That's right.
That is why we at MPA are circumspect in doubling in this speculation of how much the product or the cost of it should drop. We don't do that. Because when you do that, you probably can be destabilizing the pricing regime as contemplated by the revision of the Act in 2015.
Yeah.
Where it is supposed to be the issue of the forces of demand and supply. So it is not for MPA that is supposed to be a referee of a sort to be wearing a jersey to play in the game. You're not to do that. So we are by our mandate is supposed to guide what you bring and be able to fairly determine how much you should earn per the return on your investment and how much the consumer should be paying for that particular product. So none of you is actually cheated. That's what we do. But to put it bluntly, when the product comes, the prices come down. That's why from the beginning I said holding every other thing constant. So that granted the price was falling on the international market and the exchange rate remained stable, premium remained stable, taxes and levies remain the same. What it means is that the prices should come down. And I think that of late, regrettably, it appears that when the price come down, it doesn't make news.
No.
But trust me, it has. It has been coming. It has come down. Yeah, it has come down.
I think sometime last week we heard of something of this sort. I don't know how significant it was, though.
Thank you. So that's the issue. Sometimes it's the significance of it. The significance of it. But a fuel being what it is, and for those who buy in bulk and higher quantities, obviously any drop, no matter how significant it is, you aggregate it together, they will be making a significant saving. So it is not that simple that when you see the price falls on the international market, so you sit by one of the cables or the wires and you see the price fall, then you say, oh, next week the price will fall. You have to also check the price of forex. You have to also check the price of transport of the product to Ghana, and all of it actually play a factor. But MPA, we always can guarantee that at no point will we sit by and allow the supplier to cheat the consumer. That would never happen.
Kudus, tell us NPA's responsibility when it comes to quality assurance of fuel.
Yes, very critical, very, very critical of the National Petroleum Authority. So we have a division, that's the Quality Assurance Division. The Quality Assurance Division is made up of two departments, the Quality Control and then the Petroleum Product Marking Scheme. So these two departments come together to form the Assurance Division. They are supposed to give the consumer the assurance. And how do they do this? So the Quality Control starts its bid with the importation of the product. Immediately the product is being imported, you would have to come with a certificate that shows the testing of the product. Because as a country, we have our standard that you need to meet. Basically, and what is topical among all of it is the sulfur content or sulfur level in the product that you are bringing. Because the lesser the sulfur content, the quality of the product. And Ghana has arguably the best product in West Africa.
Really?
Yes. Ghana arguably has the best product in West Africa. It's just recently that there is a certain sub-regional directive to want to get countries to align with what Ghana has been doing since 2017.
Really?
From 2017, yes. From 2017, Ghana has significantly reduced the quantum or quantity of sulfur, in the diesel and petrol, particularly that we consume in Ghana here. And I dare say that it is comparatively equal to what is consumed in Europe. Because there are a lot of time that people bring fuel as low as 12 ppm, and like I said, the lower of it, the better the quality. Most of our sub-regions are doing between 1,500 and 3,000. Okay, yes, that's the degree of concentration of sulfur in the product that they consume. Ours is 50. That's the benchmark, 50. But a lot of them are doing far below 50. And for you to bring the product into this country, it must meet those specifications. So the Quality Control Department of the Quality Assurance Division is responsible in ensuring that you are really bringing a product that meets this particular standard. When the product comes into the country, after you have actually provided to us your certification that gives you the clearance that indeed it matches our standard, we would also have to independently verify. So our quality control division would verify that either by use of an independent laboratory or sometimes our own laboratory that we have at the authority. And I think that when we find time and you come sometime in the course of this week, we'll take you there to see the activities that we perform. A lot of testing that we do. In fact, let me probably not digress, but salute the quality control quality division, yes, assurance division and the director particularly, because his people are doing a yeoman's job. Wow. And the lab is virtually 24/7 operating.
Really?
Yes, virtually, because you need to regularly be out there testing and ensuring that the product meets the specifications. If not, you'll be compromising a lot of products and machines
and
of consumers out there, and it's dangerous. And so they are absolutely leaving nothing unturned, as it were, in that particular assurance. So when the quality control department of the quality assurance division now does that and is able to guarantee that yes, the fuel has passed the test and it is suitable for our consumption in the space, the Ghanaian space, then the Petroleum Product Marking Scheme Department then comes in. Then they are now also supposed to police the product from the point of haulage or the depot that they are picking the product from to the point of sale. That is the filling station that you and I would take our machines to go and buy. So the Petroleum Product Marking Department would then have a way of instituting a mechanism that would ensure that the integrity of the product is guaranteed. So at the point of loading at the depot, after the loading is completed, they will drop a chemical into the component of the BRV, what in local parlance we call the tanker. They drop they drop it, and after the drop, then they will seal it.
Really?
So yes, when it's sealed, you can't tamper with it. Then the product is supposed to then travel from the point of the what is it called, loading from the depot now to the point of the filling station or the service station that is supposed to go and put it. In between, as it is transporting, we have a mechanism again at the National Petroleum Authority head office, which we call the command center.
The command center.
Where we are able to do
we'll show a footage monitoring of the command center, what NPA you do.
Absolutely.
A lot.
Where we are able to monitor real time when you take it, where you take it to. And so we are able to ensure that at least the quality of the product is not a compromise. And to what ordinarily the consumer would be consuming at the end when he or she buys the product would be of quality and would not be of substandard or adulterated that could affect your product.
So the word adulterated, mark it there. Let's stay a while longer there. So it means the Ghanaian tonight listening to us should not have the impression that, because oftentimes we hear this, that, I went to this fuel station to buy this fuel and I bought an adulterated fuel. As a result, the engine is gone off and the blah, blah. We often hear some of these news. Is it real, or it is otherwise something else that actually caused this and not an adulterated fuel? At this very present circumstance of can a fuel station sell an adulterated fuel? Is it possible?
Nothing is impossible.
The chances of this to be done on a scale of 1 to 100?
Is very, very insignificant. We rarely, yes, it's not that it doesn't happen, but it is a rare phenomenon, unlike a normal course of activity in the market. Because of the monetary and policing mechanism that MPA has inbuilt in all of this fuel business, it makes it very difficult. But it is a human world.
Yeah.
Okay, there are people who, no matter what it is,
like the one NPA is chasing from Takrady.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and that is the thing
You
about
see?
us too. When you try it would get at you, and when we get at you, you would have yourself to blame. That we can assure you of that. And so, yes, it is not predominant or happening so much out there, but you cannot say it is not happening at all. But another thing I need to point out is that some of the adulterations sometimes are not necessarily intentional by the OMC. Okay. So if a tank is not properly buried, okay, or there's a leakage somewhere, you could have groundwater seeping into the tank and contaminating the content of the product in the tank. That you will not put it at the doorstep of the marketer and see that the marketer has tried to be smart in wanting to sell an unwholesome product to the consumer. But there are times that the person would want to play smart, and I would want to do the unthinkable. But like I said, the MPA would always come after you. And that is why we encourage. And so much on the beat today is the Consumer Services Department of the Nature Petroleum Authority. And let me say kudos to Eunice Budinyaku, the head of department of the department.
Look,
and
the guys are doing great job.
Absolutely.
You guys, no, the
Absolutely.
entire, it's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Per what I have seen, no, I have to commend these guys for a great job done. Yeah, Kudus, go ahead.
Yes, so we don't compromise on that at all, and so we regularly are out there monitoring. And because we cannot be at all of the places all of the time, we try to encourage the consumer that as much as possible relay whatever that you have found as a problem or a challenge at a filling station to us, and let us actually pick up the investigation. So as part of the quality assurance division's work, when informations are picked by the Consumer Services Department, they relay the information to the quality assurance division that sets its investigative machinery into motion. So immediately we'll locate the filling station. And once complaint comes to us, and we have an initial investigation that almost tilts to the complainant, to err on the side of the caution, we normally would close you down. Because we will not allow you to compromise the integrity of the product that you sell to the consumer. So we'll close you down. It is a protocol that we cherish so much. Like I said, because of that responsibility that the Act enjoins us to protect the consumer. So we'd have to be protecting the consumer. And then when we set out to do the investigation, once the investigation determines immediately that it probably was not an action intentionally committed by you, would then come back, open your team, but make sure that the corrective measures are put in place. But where we find you to be guilty, the fines can sometimes be very heavy. Very, very heavy. And depending on...
And it's very mind-blowing. We need to, show some of this to our consumers out there. To increase our confidence level. No, be ambekase na no meti no be catch me kwakunim. You see fuel station be war him from member brown, but somewhere around our wish ho baby. Yenko kano you say a politician be there. And he so adulterated fuel. Ube come no na be na 40 be na wo baby. But the fact that it belongs to a politician, ukoye not just say you're trying to hunt the person for no reason. These are some of the things we need to do to avoid all of this. Now, may cut short break, but as I said, Vicdan Healthcare, so born Kai is a brand show under the conditions of 100% natural medicine, yedema treatment, offers treatment and management of the following: fatty liver, kidney stones, hepatitis B, C, and if it's hepatomegaly and high cholesterol. You're treating now sexually transmitted diabetes, hypertension, and I think so cholecystectomies, prostates management, menstrual cramps, high creatinine. Nina yare a man in some court na on show. Fred Vicdan was 0549 951 211 and 0502661346. Nichira Pino or Spinters Road, Coca-Cola runabout to Hope Pepe in Chawon Bank say Fidelity Bank and so ewo behind is Standard Chartered Bank ono so obehwe o kama what to kwa Vicdan unya nkoya Fred Vicdan book an appointment Shannon so say Spanish Jingo capsules in Ray and Tech for NA in Roni Mienu. Spanish Jingo capsules, Spanish garlic mixture, all for deben anti-aging. Ube no me dre, hey, when you, unyi sa na wote, once sanda. Ne we bring ni penny so. Ebe improve the memory, mental sharpness. What dream? Ebe dream is soon tem. So very fast thinker. I feel so no channel so say. Uyo bia we nim so etai tuntum ne ana honam wrinkles na metre eno so drew best soften skin no we nim honam duanim na aye kama uyo bia what atlantic crabia sanchem better hey by this time e shoes swallowing feet what you call obesity bad cholesterol hypertension treatment of sciatica and then bad breath also known as halitosis ni na nya de papa menstrual disorder skin itching odware we no hokeka no ni na yare and take for no Spanish Jingo capsules or Spanish garlic mixture nom and then less young washes are yarina in free nipeduanum. The following places in an Ubenyebi, Accra, Kanshina making Hallow Herba Photon, Tenated Herba, Angel Herba, Kensworth Pharmacy, Rapash Herba, Widama Herba, Kus Pharmacy, House of Drugs, Jacquard Pharmacy, Dependable Fonso Etombi. Frantech phone 0266 114 111. Na unomu edin komo. My guest Mohammed Abdul Kudus, or a communication manager, NPA. Mamiko short break, me ba. Then other things will take off. Plus, or messages in questions be a bring it on 0240 550 Stick and stay. I'll be right back after this commercial break.
Registration exercise is ongoing. Have you started your registration yet? If you have not, let me teach you how to register your SIM card starting from *404#. Remember, the Ghana card is the only ID required for SIM card registration in Ghana. First, dial *404#. You then select 1, register. After you select 1, register, you will be prompted to enter the Ghana card personal ID number. Remember that you do not need to add the hyphens. You will be prompted to confirm the Ghana card personal ID number you entered in the previous stage. Next, you will enter your surname as indicated on your Ghana card. Then type your first names. The next prompt is for you to enter your dates of birth in this format: day, month, year. You then select your gender, that is male or female. All the details you've entered will then be displayed for you to confirm if they are accurate. You will then receive a unique code via SMS or a flash message. If you do not see your unique code, dial *400# and the unique code with your name will be displayed on your phone. Good people of Ghana, this ends the first stage of your SIM card registration. Next step is to visit your service provider to complete the second stage. Remember that you may find your service providers at their customer care centers, shops of their agents or distributors, or any of the temporary registration points in your area. These are the requirements needed at the second stage: your phone, your SIM card, your Ghana card, and your digital address. Register your SIM card today. Start with *404# on your own, then visit your service provider to complete the process. For further information, call your service provider on 100 or the NCA's toll-free line on 0800 110 622.
Great, we are back and we have yet another responsibility to connect quickly. Shannon Suze, ope a 6-bedroom house. Na wato, na watremwa. You will be at the mouse. 6-bedroom house for sale. Obetimi enya dan ewo kwabenya ACP here kwabenya. Now, a day it comes with summer hut, gym, and a car park. Currently on your screen, beautiful house, very beautiful. Yes, it comes with summer hut, gym, and a car park. Now, what the answer say about sasa wunkunwa na odi ura sa da we mu akotrem no ano. Painting sembia nim. Bibia ne fence and patch sembia enim. Sasa wunkunwa keke hunkuku nkaka na mne ade. Na kokotra edan we esi hwe mu. Simple. Fresh cry yisi a chese ehu enka nsuo kura okra bia anya nwure mu eno anza wokwa akotre mu enti bomoden a wodi an se wode wonkuku nkaka inside na ohu no yes bathroom ne ehu nkeka ho now opeden na wato a price no so edadin price ne dadin bomoden na contact number na kwaje dan ACP here o kwa benya here nti ACP himfa estate Franco Estate one my hona ubenya womo. Friend number 0244 851 572 0244 851 572. Mrs. Vivium and a good screen is 0244 851 572. Friend na onim penny for any nkomo. I was sad that we come. Mamin chill penny ways to our share program. Greetings, ne thanks, e comma. Nana Poku ye CEO Emma Kingsport Engineering Limited and Kingsdale Hotel ewo Takrade Hotel papa kese pa ewo Takrade chese ubetimi akọ Takrade anytime any day bia, and I am sure you would want to have a feel of this hotel called Kingsdale Jamfantefono Kingsdale Hotel what Takrade, a great company. One more NEA 18s are also be brave, especially yes, our program here, Yama Honorable Kennedy Japoni, one more Eba on board as a proud sponsor of that program. And the Obeko Tak or whilst on a Takrade, and no more our program we until say, Ope, baby papa bina, what that was Takrade, Udru Takrade, but Modiana Corrie, a Kingsdale Hotel. Nana Poku ono SEO Emasa company. Now, before Kudus come in to look into other, I want us to have a closer look at some of the chronicle of events by the global markets or the global players when it comes to fuel. And in recent times, the price and hikes in fuel are being SMP to Ghana hano. Like he said, even NPA they don't regulate fuel prices near that, and your medjuma no. You'll be sweet juma. Soundcroft so your medjuma so crampon as far as the OMCs nangas here, the amomocrano. The challenge of move film no so crano is also because products and so for free baby near deba. So you can imagine, say, menu me no, we are at the bottom neck of this struggle. Baby and then be tell me why he has okay, Pamlo Trano, Quancha, so this is oil and to be. Yes, sir. Intinche company na O2 sa oil no ewo Western region hono. That company should be owned by government of Ghana and now some business consortium be here there. Unfortunately, all that you know is the Talus, this, that, near there. Can you imagine? Now take a lesson. Watch this video carefully. Yes, not sure the industry players now more influence the events and the petroleum industry
back in the
across
1970s,
the global world.
There was a massive oil crisis, the effects of which were felt from Japan to the United States. US consumers were having to pay up to $4 a gallon, which at that point of time was unheard of. So the United States got into an agreement with Saudi Arabia, which is the world's largest producer of oil, that any sale of oil will be settled in dollars. No matter which country bought oil, whether it was America or China or India or Japan, they would all pay in dollars. This arrangement came to be called the petrodollars. Put simply, the petrodollar system is an exchange of oil for US dollars between countries that buy oil and those who produce it. For the last 50 years, this petrodollar system has been unchallenged. Until now, when Vladimir Putin decided to teach Ukraine a lesson. Putin knew that the invasion of Ukraine would be inevitably met with US and other Western countries throwing it out of the international banking system. That Russia and Russian companies will not be able to use the SWIFT mode of banking transactions. So most Russian companies and the Russian economy as a consequence suffer because of it. But how does Russia respond to this? By shutting off oil and gas to Europe, and remember Europe needs 40% of its oil and gas from Russia, Russia also asks for transactions to be settled either in ruble or gold or any non-dollar asset. Now this, as expected, has caused massive price as well as supply disruptions to the Western markets. It is also a threat to the monetary system that's been in place for the last 50 plus years. On Crux Decode this week, how Vladimir Putin's mission in Ukraine puts an end to the petrodollar. For years now, Russia and China have looked to ways to remonetize gold as well as be able to exit from SWIFT. They feel this just simply enables the dollar and in turn America, which is the producer of the dollar, to get more and more stronger. But here's the challenge for Russia. How do you exit from the system of petrodollars without the West calling it an act of war? Now this invasion in Ukraine has just accomplished that, and the West gave it to Putin on a platter. Now that Russia is mostly out of the SWIFT system, it is free to trade its oil with whoever is the highest bidder, and that too in a currency of its choosing. Russia can now say, well, we're going to turn our oil pipelines back on, but not for dollars, instead for rubles. Russia then declares that Europe or anybody who wants Russian oil, and remember, Russia is the third largest producer of oil and gas in the world, they must pay in ruble or any ruble-backed payment system. Similarly, it allows Russia to have ruble and yuan or ruble and rupee agreements without having to convert to dollars. Now, this leverage as the third biggest oil producer has caused immediate price shocks to the Western world. At the beginning of this year, oil was trading at just $75 a barrel. Today, it's gone up to $140 a barrel, doubling within just 3 months. But it's not just Russia or China. Today, even Saudi Arabia and the UAE are openly talking about selling their oil and settling in local currencies. Both Russia and Iran, for example, are offering countries like India and China oil at hugely discounted prices. And guess what? These countries are lapping it up. As the second and third biggest consumers of oil, China and India are licking their fingers at the prospect of buying oil at 25 to 30% discounts. And geopolitics is also keeping pace. This past week, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad visited the UAE and met with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed. This was the first visit by Assad to an Arab country since the civil war in his country began more than 10 years ago. One of Assad's biggest backers has been Vladimir Putin. Russia has been helping Assad's regime with airstrikes, which are critical in fighting the rebels in Syria. And now, Bashar al-Assad is returning the favor by pleading on Putin's behalf to fellow Arab countries like UAE and Saudi Arabia. Now, these two countries, UAE and Saudi Arabia, have also given the cold shoulder to America, who happens to be their biggest ally for the last 50 years. Both UAE and Saudi Arabia have refused to raise oil output, and it was not lost on Washington that both the leaders of Saudi Arabia and UAE avoided taking phone calls from US President Joe Biden. The UAE even abstained in the United Nations vote on Ukraine. Now, this threat to the petrodollar is no different from the time of Charles de Gaulle or Muammar Gaddafi or even Saddam Hussein, but on a much larger scale. America cannot hope to remove Vladimir Putin as easily as they did with these previous leaders who challenged the petrodollar system. Now, what are the consequences of the United States and the European Union kicking Russia off the SWIFT banking transaction system. Will it hurt the Russian economy? Well, certainly in the immediate term it will. But removing Russia from SWIFT could be exactly what Russia and China desire. And here's why. The SPFS, or the System for Transfer of Financial Messages, is a Russian equivalent of SWIFT. It was been developed by the Central Bank of Russia. The system has been in development since 2014 after the US government threatened to disconnect Russia from SWIFT. There are now plans to integrate the SPFS network with the China-based CIPS network, which is the cross-border interbank payment system. Now, can you imagine the effect of that? If Russia is removed from SWIFT, the blow to the US economy, and more so to the economy of Europe, would be enormous. The vast majority of SWIFT transactions are settled in US dollars, and that simply helps solidify the dollar as the global reserve currency. This gives the United States tremendous influence over the world economy, and therein lies the real power. If Russia and China come up with an alternative system to compete with SWIFT, that will be a competing currency system, and it will further weaken the US dollar. Not to mention, Russia is the second largest exporter of energy, and China is the largest manufactured goods exporter. They could also easily co-opt existing partners like the African countries and countries in Latin America, putting Europe and the United States on the back foot. Oil is the most traded commodity in the world, and it is settled in US dollars. For the last 50 years, this petrodollar system has seen the rise of powerful Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar. But now, if the world's largest exporter of oil, Russia, and the world's largest importer, China, come together, they don't need to settle in dollars, and this may just be the end of these multi-billion-dollar.
Now, Ushe footage here, there's a lot you need to learn out of this. That the world players, the industry players, the big giants, AD Agrobia, Africa, you see, that's also why essentially we need to be very careful, especially the politicians. Play this fuel business with a lot of caution. Be that it's an MPP or NDC, and you must exercise a lot of caution. Because you may think that, no, you want to play the fuel politics now to, as it were, push a government out of power. But trust me, government was free to say, not the next government, no, but this fuel challenge pretty much will be higher than even what you criticize your predecessor for. Because, tell you what, the industry players are not thinking about what Africa should benefit or otherwise. Because right now, if you study the intelligence on the ground, the Russian government is ready to pound the Western powers, pretty much to let the dollar lose its grounds. It's as simple as it is. Russia focus share Ukraine, it's been how many months in here? Then again, juxtapose all the sanctions that, heaped on Russia, and then it begs the question, has those sanctions actually, let the Russian economy freeze? The answer is no. And I feel as a Russia for no crown, a pejom more. So they are assembly. And ya agrosao. Intinche ye diemuno. Che ya yes ye fuel in che di nioma beshi fidie ye be ye die na che se hwe ekro on my back Ukraine enuane a wo produce edema the global world, in the Arab world, in Africa, in Asia, bebre, including oil. Russia for ya kwatwa almost to samo ye be boom mpre kopim samo be keka form. See, as we speak, it's almost as though the Ukraine government is just about giving up. They are giving up. Russia for Kenya, when the Germany for were exiting from the usage of coal. No, because you can say Germany depends on Russia almost about, if not more, 70% of their gas, and they cut off. What do you think? What do you think they are doing to the global world? Africa, where? So what do you think the governments in Africa we should be doing now? Gauging the airspace. There's some terrible thing about to happen. that the governments in Africa must wake up without any equivocal. We must wake up. Well, my guest tonight, Kudus, is here to do a lot of stuff for us. Now, Kudus, I don't know, I'm not sure you want to comment on this footage, or you want to say something about it.
Oh no, I'm a worried person.
Yeah. Of course, watching this, it gives all of us the space to get, worried more.
Absolutely.
Because then we ain't going out of this, shackles anytime soon, is it?
Absolutely. So, like I said, aside working and speaking for the National Petroleum Authority, I'm ultimately a consumer of the product at the market, and the dynamics of it must be of concern to me. And what we are seeing and what is happening on the global market out there tells all of us that there is not going to be any laughing issue anytime soon. And I think that because we are normally just around here and in Ghana and are not monitoring situations, we don't know what is happening at other places.
I love your
It is becoming so dire out there. A lot of countries are running out of fuel. There is a rationing system going on in a lot of places. Here, people are complaining. I agree the cost is high, but at least we have access to it.
I said it a while ago in my intro that, look, here we are much endowed that even though the price of fuel is high, but we are not queuing.
Not at all.
I know the US have queued for fuel.
A lot.
Britain, many countries.
A lot.
Kudus, very
Our
shocking.
big brother, Nigeria.
Yeah.
We are producing just about 150,000 barrels per day. Nigeria is producing in excess of 2 million.
Really?
Yes.
Africa's populous oil.
Absolutely. In fact, just about a month or two ago, I think it was announced that Angola was overtaking Nigeria. But Angola is in deep waters of troubles. Okay. Than Ghana today. So the situation might not be rosy for us in Ghana here, but trust me, we're doing so well. And I've had a cause to tell a colleague of yours in another media house that they've been series of predictions of fuel shortage in Ghana.
Okay.
Yet, for the last 3 months that we've been hearing this prediction, we've not seen it in Ghana.
We must commend
it probably
the NPA
should be,
this.
yes, a reflection of our capacity and agility as an organization, that we have a regular supply of the product for whoever wants to use it. And like I said, our big brother is not smiling at all in Nigeria. And see, the interesting thing that people don't even know.
There's no smile on their face.
Absolutely. Because of the pricing dynamics that plays out in Africa. We don't all have the same pricing regime. We don't all have the same pricing regime. So if you go to Nigeria, for example, because about 90% of their population consume petrol, they are subsidizing petrol.
I see.
So petrol in Nigeria is comparatively cheaper than that of Ghana. But they are not doing the same with diesel.
Really?
Yes. So diesel has been allowed to the market force to determine it. So diesel is as expensive as it is in Ghana, if not more than what it is in Ghana.
Really?
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Kudus, give us a sense of this as far as the NPA's responsibility is concerned. Then we'll take care of the footage of the command center. What's also that the NPA does when it comes to inspection and monitoring of petroleum service providers? What
yes, okay, so the the inspection and monitoring division led by good old Madam Esther Anku, doing a very good and fantastic work with her people. She has 3 departments that comes under her to help in this whole exercise of inspection and monitoring. So there's the inspection and monitoring manager, who is primarily responsible for ensuring that filling stations are come out by the standards to prescribe. Because you don't just put up a filling station or a service station anyhow. There is a standard that your architecture must meet. And so the inspection and monitoring department make sure that you play by the rule and you build to the standard so determined by the authority. Then we have the manager who is responsible for the monitoring of the activities around the depots. Like I said, the depots are dotted across, and we need to constantly and regularly have our eyes at what happens at the depot. The depot might be for bust. But because bust comes under our regulation, we are supposed to have an eye on the activities as regular as possible. So the manager responsible for the depot does that. Then we have the one who is responsible for standards and environmental related issues. That is the health, safety, and its related activities. There is a manager who is also supposed to ensure that, first of all, the station has all the amenities that guarantees safety.
So everywhere is sealed, eh?
Everywhere. Oh, absolutely. Because it's critical. It's a critical commodity that you need to really check at every box of it to be able to ensure that, one, you are able to guarantee the quality of it, you are able to guarantee the safety of it, you are able to guarantee the standard of it. And so that is why that division, the inspection and monitoring division, is absolutely critical in ensuring that the players within the industry play to the rules. So if you want to set up a filling station, for example, you would have to send us a letter through an OMC, because we don't identify an individual. We identify an OMC. So you, an individual who wants to be in the business, would come through an OMC. So you come to us with a letter. We then send you back to the place for you to go and get a certain clearance or certification from some critical institutions in the society.
Really?
One is the town and country planning. Two is the assembly within which
municipal
district, and then
EPA.
we have the EPA, and then we have the fire service, and all of that must give you clearance.
Stakeholders.
These are critical stakeholders who must help in deciding whether you actually should be doing such a business at that particular place. Once all of it is granted, you then come to us. Then we would then go again with further checks that we have on you. First of all, we have distances that should really exist between two filling stations. That's one. Two, we have distance that should exist between a filling station and a public institution. Let's say school, a hospital or something. There should be a certain mandatory distance. So we would be certifying ourselves and convincing that indeed you've met all of these standards. Then before you are given the right to go and construct. And when you start your construction, we are going to be with you from beginning to end to ensure that the standards are met. Once the standards are met, then we'll put you to test trial, where you run your station for a while. When we are convinced that everything is good, then we give you an all clear, and then you are in business. So that division is absolutely critical, just like any of the other divisions that I've actually spoken about in the beginning. So the inspection and monitoring division is absolutely critical, and we are doing a very, very great work. Regularly, they are out there on the field, ensuring that standards are actually played by.
Adhered to. Great one. Give me a sense of this consumer complaints channels, and then we'll go to the command center and check this.
So like I said in the beginning, yes, we are enjoined and empowered to do the regulation and the policing of the environment. But because of the limitation of our human resource and everything, we cannot be at all of the places all of the time. But there are consumers almost at every place, okay, who consume the products and who see the issues. If you go to buy fuel from a filling station and there is no fire extinguisher, for example, you're supposed to report to us. We could shut it down, because part of the standard is for it to have.
So consumers, when we go to the station, we must watch all this.
Watch all of that.
See that all
yes, they must have that.
Compliance.
Yes, they must have that. And then, very critical, it's equally even a place of convenience. They must have a very suitable and well-kept washroom. So that at least when nature calls actually attends to you, the consumer, there should be a place for you to visit. It's absolutely critical, and it is necessary. And we try to ensure that this is done.
How many of us go out there and we check?
Absolutely. And then the issue of under delivery by some of the filling stations, where you have a cause to doubt that the measure is not up to the amount you paid for. There is what they call in the local parlance intiasia kroa. Okay, where there is no meeting of the mind.
Some jerry can be.
Yes, 10 liter can. That's how we call it. So you ask for it.
I see.
And say that deliver 10 liters of fuel into it. If it measures up to
Kudus,
the gauge.
hear me, Pao. The consumer, Tiemuntio, into Makoto Yemfanse be 200 Ghana. Now me feel there, no, I've been shortchanged.
Yeah.
What do I have? DNSMA.
Okay, so first of all, what you can't do is to immediately call for a certain understanding between you and the fuel attendant. It is by law mandatory that they should have the Intiasia Kroa at their place. If they don't have it, that's an offense. So they must have it.
Or not having it is an offense.
It's an offense. They must have it. So once you feel that it is not dispensing the quantity per the amount you are paying for, you tell the person, I doubt your machine. I believe it is under delivering. If it is under delivering, then they bring the entire Kroa. They pour 10 liters into it. If it reaches the gauge, then there's no problem. If it doesn't reach the gauge, then that meaning
below.
Yes, it is a problem. Immediately report to the National Petroleum Authority. You either can call a media house, you can log onto our website, you can visit our regional offices across the country, or you can even call our toll-free lines and report to us. And trust me, the moment the report is put across, our consumer services department would put the mechanisms to action and get the investigations in place. We had a very rare testimony from a consumer somewhere in Puno region. She went to a filling station. She felt that the product she bought, the quantity did not merit how much she requested for or she was paying for. Immediately she put a call to us in the head office. We then transferred the call to the regional manager, who then put his team in place. They went to the place, investigated it, and remedied the situation. And because the consumer was so satisfied, the consumer even had to do a footage of her own self and put it out on the social media. That it was trending. It was really trending. And giving the testimony of the fact that MPA is actually working. The thing about us as a people is that the farmer nyame is so much in us.
Too much.
The farmer nyame, and that is allowing a lot of rot to go from bad to worse. Once you have a suspicion,
people must be punished for.
Once you have a suspicion, report the issue. In fact, you have no cost to pay for reporting.
At all.
You have no cost to pay for reporting. You probably would be benefiting at the end of it if the MPA puts its investigation team in place, and after the investigation, it is found out that that station was indeed cheating. We take remedial action against the stations, and punitive sanctions would be slapped on that. And together would be helping in sanitizing the environment, and those who don't fit to be within that bracket of the business would be taken out completely.
Great, to be flashed out completely. Of course, my guest tonight has been Mohammed Abdul Kudus, Communication Manager at NPA. Great guy, brother and a friend, and giving, chronicle of events, and at the same time, explaining issues one after the other. Very great comprehensive explanation of all the issues that about the argument. Now, quickly, let's look at what the NPA has, at their headquarters called the command center. Command center, no? Yes, I will limit Kudus in explaining the command center because we're going to have some engineers to do that for us, hopefully on Wednesday. Yes, to do that. But at least, me per se, munya a fair idea with all what Kudus has said. Then let's collaborate his explanations to this command center. Any nyoma, air cost until who do which fuel station no would dean some money. Can who say MPA for show? What one ya babe so when some say bam. Let you do what baby. Inti more de biana you are fidgeting with your friend is saying no more pumps in this annual money on when you're very careful now. Take a look at this very facility built by NPA and what it does for you and I as consumer. Watch this. Great, welcome back, and just gone past National Petroleum Authority or more command center. I oftentimes will say control and command center, whatever. But Sadia Ushe, Yankupon Yadma Wednesday, I will give you, more footage of this very facility and reason why I'm the builders are the way. And they say, Untimi and temper system, Untimi for adulterated fuel in realm and easy Sabiumu, Debbie. That era is gone. And that is what NPA has done. And I commend the NPA, Kudus, and all the entire team over there. What's his name? Francis Gavo. Great guy. Francis, I don't want to be on the screen. Kudus.
The supervisor of the command center. In fact, he's responsible to the director.
Exactly.
Mr. Jacob Amwa, a very great guy. A very great guy.
Yes. Kudus. My 2 minutes about this, not the rest. I know it's a technical team. No, more explanation.
Yes.
What is it that the Ghanaian need to know about this command center?
Yes. So, like you said, they would have a better understanding of it on Wednesday when you pay us a visit, and the director with his people will take you through to know exactly what is happening there. So these are people who are there 24/7. Their duty is to monitor and track the transportation and movement of fuel from one place to the other. And so we're able to gauge where the product is taken from and where it is being taken to. And the tank gauging system, that tells us at
the system is able to tell how much of fuel
that
is
volume
underground.
of fuel is underground.
I can't believe this.
Because we're supposed to, as part of our regulatory responsibility, ensure that we have fair distribution of the product across. Those gone are the days where somebody would say that, some people are hoarding the fuel in their tank. And when you come, then they will say that they don't have fuel. No.
You can't
your tank is virtually a screen on our monitors.
That you are watching.
Yes. And our people are looking at it. They see whatever that is going on there. And then, look, I think that's when you come. Because they've been several attempts. And you see, that's what I said about the human institution. No matter how you tell them sophisticated you are now, and that act of the past cannot be repeated now, they still think that they can try it. And we have been arresting a lot of them. And trust me, the punitive measures are always, all the time, being slapped on them. And this is an innovation that many might not know, but thanks to you and your crew, they're getting to know that. And I believe that for those who still think that they can be smart and try to beat the system, they probably will learn their lesson and try to be fair to the game and be able to guarantee their continued stay in the business. It is good to be in the business and make the little that you make than to risk your investment and lose everything completely. And NPA would never compromise, at least on the side of the consumer. Just play by the rule and you'll be a friend of my chief executive.
That's right.
Play outside the rule.
The chief executive officer for NPA, Mustafa Hamid. Okay, bro, greetings. Wherever you are, we are here to bring good image of NPA. Okay, so my can message when and sorry, so Kudus has done a great job for us. Also, we all have natural resources. God gave it to us, but I dream bonnie inti Ghana penny for Kwame Foster and I come making kind of few, and then the rest will come and deal with it Wednesday. So government must see to it that we refine our own fuel here in Ghana to create job and preserve forex. Augustina Owusu, I was saying, I'm Ibrahim from Ghana East. I am for Ken 2024. Okay, was a high kweku. Here in the United States, fuel price started coming down a bit every day. Okay, is it Rismon K. Ajman from US? Ken for 2024, Sally Nekoim, Honorable Kennedy, Japan for President 2024, we support him. OMCs are making abnormal profits. Please say the truth. They are cheating Ghanaians. Kwame Amankwane Ekanwe. Or say, and why are you people not reducing the fuel price? Fred Boache. Or say, we support your boss, Honorable Kennedy Japan, to tell us the good things he has been doing to win more vote. Kunsen. Okay, the Seed Show family, I greet you all. Say, blame Ghanaians for all of us. Are the cause of Ghana's problem. We are all not ready to obey simple laws. Nanaya Amponsa, I say the foundation of this country, Ghana, was not laid down well. Hence our suffering. I see there's a lot of yes, my guest has been Mohammed Abdul Kudus. communications manager Emma NPA. Kudus, 1 second and then we wrap up. What is it that you want to tell Ghanaians in all of these fuel hikes and stuff?
Yeah, so let me repeat again that our pricing regime calls for a way of setting up the prices at the pump. Before July 2015, we were subsidizing the cost of the fuel. And those were the days that you could see people smuggling fuel out of Ghana because government of Ghana, as part of its policy, was subsidizing. But from July 2015, there was an amendment that then called for a full price deregulation. And so whatever that happens on the world market would actually be transferred to the pump. And so the dynamics today largely is not helping the cost of the product. And that is why we're seeing the cost as it is today. And I would want to plead with the suppliers particularly. In this difficult time that the product is that high, it is only proper that you play by the game, by the rules, and not try to be smart and want to cheat the consumer. But one thing I can assure is that the MPA would never relent in its monitoring exercise. And whoever is cheating the consumer, MPA will certainly be getting at you.
NPA will certainly be getting at you. My guest, Mohammed Abdul Kudus, Communications Manager, NPA. We hope it's a Wednesday, we touch base, and then we would bring, you know, the command center and the technical aspect much closer to you. Now, Mubetimi appreciated the challenges, the difficulties, and then the goodwill of it says, is here, OMCBN to mean trying the fuel pump, sorting young palau, boku, no, and I've been say, oh, obey at temper with the system, no, the baby. No. Those days are gone. You see, and BBI is on the screen, is being monitored. Until you're now, what is it that the Ghanaian need to know? And then, yetimi akweyenim. Let's reduce the politics in the fuel stuff. We have to. Ubetina ye dede and our buying or fuel cost or fuel. No. And you're buying or regulated fuel. And I'm sure say the understanding of this fuel regulations near price regulation near there. So, Momi who said politics, no politics, Ghana first. Ghana must be the victor in all of the pursuit of our socio-political developments. And as if, of course, the seat show tonight near the same time Wednesday, we hope say yes, the great guys, George Sako, the director of studio, Kofi Safo, and then Kwesi Nelson, Peter Opon-Kwansa, Kobe Scratch, Roberts, Bafo Finn, great guys, ma'am, support, editors at large, Guy G, and then George Ni Okainte, the big boy himself, Fifi, director of research with Israel, Tel Aviv, and Kwanaba Kwekubata, Mama production, Eko Yi. I am Kwekwan, and same time Wednesday we come your way. Have a good night.